All right, you ready?
Good Sunday morning to everyone. Joe Seals back here at the Auburn studio for Right Side Broadcasting. You're looking live at the scene at Prince William Marina, just outside of Washington, D.C., where the Boaters for Trumptilla Boat Parade is about to begin. Our correspondents Zoe, Bethel, and Mike Dinwiddie are live on the scene right now. They're going to be providing live coverage all day long. So we're going to send it back to them now. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. Mike, Zoe, take it away.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us today with Right Side Broadcasting. I'm your host, Mike Nificent, and I'm joined by my co-host, Zoe Zoso. This is our first time working together. As you can see, we're standing in front of a boat here at the Prince William Marina here on the Potomac River. This is a different kind of event for us. You guys haven't seen anything like this before, but we are actually going to be participating in a Trump boat parade up the Potomac River into Washington, D.C. We are so excited for it. And Zoe, what do you think about this? What's going on out here? It's so beautiful.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everybody. We are here in beautiful Virginia preparing to, like you said, get on the boat to see what's going on. We heard that there will be several people, actually maybe hundreds of people, that will be gathering today on the water, showing support for our president, President Trump. So we are pretty excited to see the event for today. Like what Mike said, this is our first time doing something like this, so we are just getting ourselves prepared, being supportive of our president here today. So I'm excited to bring you guys with us along for the ride, and hopefully you all are on with us for the whole day. I think at 1 o'clock, apparently we're going to make a stop up the river, and that's where everyone will kind of gather and celebrate, like I said. So, Mike?
Yeah, it's a beautiful, hot day out here. I'm very grateful that I can wear a T-shirt, hat, sunglasses. It's a very casual, laid-back atmosphere, but it's also energetic, as most Trump events are. Whether he's there or not, you're going to get the same level of enthusiasm, excitement, and energy. You can't really see much now, but there's going to be quite a few boats flying the Trump flag, the American flag, and this is one of many that have been going on around the country. There was one yesterday in Austin, Texas. You had one in Ohio, and several other states. I know Florida's done plenty of them. Some of them make the news, and it's this kind of electric energy that gets the attention of the mainstream media and forces them to cover what's really happening in the country, what's really happening on the ground. And that's why us here at Right Side Broadcasting, we are committed to delivering the truth and showing you what's actually happening, that the president has a surging amount of support all around the country. And he's going to be kicking up the rallies. He's going to kick it into high gear as we move closer and closer to the election. I mean, we've got 2 rallies. I'm going from here to North Carolina for a rally tomorrow. I'm going to be on the road until next Friday at least, guys. So your donations go a long way, allowing us to make it to these Trump events, whether they're a Trump rally or just a boat parade or anything else we can do to cover the president's support. Your donations go a long way. So Zoe's going to tell you how you can donate to us, and we're going to be boating. We're going to be loading the boat here soon, so we're going to tell you how you can donate to keep us going to these events, and then we'll load up on the boat, and then we'll get this parade going.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, so some of the ways that you all are able to donate, and that's if you go to our website, rsbnnetwork.com. If you click the top right link, it should scroll down at the very bottom. Click that donate button. Gives you all those options for you to do that. We're also on Patreon as well, and YouTube live chat. You all are able to tune in and donate and give us whatever is on your heart. Again, we appreciate anything that you all give to us. This will help us continuously be on the road. As Mike was saying, President Trump is gearing up to get these rallies back up and going. We only have a short amount of time until the election coming up here soon. And, of course, liberals, Democrats have been consistently trying to keep him from doing what he does best, connecting with the American people, getting us riled up and ready to go, reiterating to America what he has done for us, and, of course, discrediting all the lies that the left liberals, Democrats have been sharing on the mainstream media about our president. So again, I am excited to be here to show you guys exactly what's going on here, show you true supporters, nothing filtered from the mainstream media. You'll see it real, and just keep following on with us, guys.
Yeah. And guys, I mean, if you just think about it, just put this in perspective for a second. We're standing on the Potomac River about to board a boat for a Trump boat parade. Have you ever seen anything like this for any other presidential candidate in American history? Let alone Joe Biden, who they're trying to gaslight and say he has all the support, all the momentum. Where are the Biden signs? Where are the Biden flags? Where's the Biden rallies? He shows up to have rallies in Pittsburgh, and there's 20 people standing outside in the dirt, confused, not knowing, is he inside? Is he talking? Is he awake? They don't know what's going on. At least Trump knows what planet he's on. He knows what country he's in, and he's defending that country. And patriots from coast to coast see that. They love him. They're doing boat parades. They're holding their own events. They're doing flag waves. They're doing whatever they can to get out the message that America loves and supports this president, even though the media and the virus and everything else conveniently just so happen to pop up in 2020 when there's an election, most important election of our lifetime, and they've shut down not only his re-election talking points of a strong economy, low unemployment, no wars, etc., and they replace it with a message of doom and gloom and Biden is the man. Oh, guys, looks like we're going to be boating here, so we're going to be loading up here, so we're going to have to cut out the mic here and go to the music shortly, and we will resume commentary shortly. Okay, guys, so it looks like we're going to be going over to this other boat. I wish I knew the names of some of these boats. They always have like cool names. But the boat that we're going to be on, I'm told, has air conditioning, which is major key because it's already hot and sunny in DC and there's no plan for clouds. So that's going to be important. We're also going to have the best view. So you guys are going to get to see the boat with the most flags on it. This looks like a really good shot here. You can see that boat has Trump painted on the side here. Guys, just get a load of this patriotism out here. This is something I've never seen in my life. This is just, it's just exciting. It's something cool. It's something different. That's what I think America wanted. That's what America needed, whether they knew that they needed it or not. We needed to shake things up in Washington, D.C. The corrupt political establishment of both parties screwing us over. And Trump has come in and he's been like the demolition man, blowing everything up, pissing off the right people. And as a result, you see it. I mean, you can literally see it. Like the amount of people that support this president and his agenda, this America First agenda, is just unbelievable. These wonderful Trump supporters here, we're going to be loading up with them and hopefully get some of their thoughts on the president and the job he's done here. Gotta tell you guys, this is the first time for me. I've been on boats before, but never this magnitude. This is fun. How's it going, guys? How you doing, Fred?
Welcome.
I'm Mike.
Mike? I'm
Yeah.
Little Freddie.
Little Freddie?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Freddie. Are you from this area, and what brings you here?
Raised here, grew up here, went to school here. Boater all my life, since I was 7 years old. I've been in boats.
Have you ever seen a political rally or any kind of support like this for a president or a presidential candidate?
Never. And I'm going to tell you something. I worked for every president from Eisenhower to Mr. Obama. All those presidents I worked for in the government. I've never seen any support like this.
What do you think about the job that President Trump is doing?
I think he's doing a marvelous job. I supported him from the first time he came down to the elevator, on the escalator, to when he walked into the Oval Office. He's the greatest president I've ever seen in my time.
What do you think about how the media is trying to cover up the amount of support that the president has?
Pity on him. It's too bad. That's the way politics have become in this country. I mean, I'm a former Democrat, but I certainly don't wish this kind of hatred to be in any of our parties.
Exactly. You know, it's all about love and unity at the end of the day. It's like we're united by red, white, and blue. Those are the only colors that matter. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. That's what we're all about. We're a family. We're a family under a flag and living, fortunately, in the greatest country in the world. So that's what President Trump has always stood for, is this country. I'm a veteran. He stands up for veterans. And it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of this, because he's truly, and he cares about every person regardless of their background, where they came from, or anything. He's never, ever been. I think that's a signal.
Yeah, it looks like it is. If you guys can see over here, we got boats starting to take off. Oh, we're going to start moving here. We're moving here, guys. We appreciate you guys here. Oh, we're going to the front here.
Welcome aboard.
You guys can tell this is we're just kind of winging it, guys. That's just the truth of the matter here. We're winging it, but we're enjoying it. You know, this is so different for Right Side Broadcasting. Where are we going to be sitting here? I don't know where we're sitting, but this is exciting here. Look at this beautiful boat here. I love this one. The Prince William Marina. Look at this boat, guys. Look at that boat. Look at the Trump flags. And this is just the beginning. We're just getting started. We anticipate many more boats will join us along the way. I like that we're getting some airflow already. Just from the little bit of moving here, we're getting some airflow. Zoe, what are your thoughts so far?
Thank you, Mike. Well, like I said, I'm excited to be out here. I'm just ready to see all the excitement, all of the Trump supporters come. And I believe today, like I said, we said a little prayer prior, at least I did, asking God to give us protection. And of course, today be something that he can use to show people out there, his supporters, of course, Trump supporters, coming together and, you know, despite, like I said, liberals and Democrats trying to stop us while they freely go out into their cities and destroy their own cities, mayors allowing this to take place, and then, of course, placing the blame on Trump and saying that he is the cause for all of this mayhem and disorder. But however, no, he is not, okay? And he has proven over and over again that he is here to reestablish law and order and to expose and shed light to all of the lies that have been told by the Democratic Party and by the elitists as well for years to the American people. So, of course, like I said, I'm praying that God gets the glory out of all of this today. And we are excited to get going here. If you all have any questions or concerns, or of course, many of you cannot be here today, but we're going to try our best to bring the excitement to you there in your homes or wherever you may be. But if you all have any questions, Mike actually has the live chat pulled up here, so we see your comments coming in. If you all have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we'll do our best to respond. A little bit about myself. I am from Alabama. I was recently released from my modeling agency due to my conservative views. My agent found out that I was a Trump supporter, and she decided to release my contract due to, in quotes, my racist political connections. So ever since that took place, Right Side Broadcasting, the owner of Right Side Broadcasting, contacted me, wanted me to come on board, and I'm very happy and very pleased with the doors that God has opened for me. I'm able to do what I enjoy, supporting our president, being vocal, and being a peace for God. I'm able to do what I enjoy without fear of losing my job or losing any other opportunities because of that. And it's sad to see today that we are living in cancel culture more than ever before, even more so on the right side, how conservatives are persecuted and ostracized because of their support for the president. And I just think it's really sad. However, we will still be fighting the good fight, just like our president. He's able to be on the road nonstop, give the majority of his time for the American people, standing for the morals and the Constitution that this country was founded on. And he's able to do that without a problem, unapologetic. And so can we, for sure. Even more so. So, Mike, do you have anything else to contribute as far as today? Anything that you're looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, let me first just introduce you guys to myself if you haven't met me before or heard of me before. My name is Mike Dinwiddie, but I go by Mike-nificent on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook, even though I've been kind of railroaded there. No surprises. But I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. So if you want to follow me on social media, I do have a channel where I deliver regular commentary on the current events in America. But just a little bit about me. I was never involved in politics until I was forced to be involved. And that was after the election of Donald Trump in 2016. You know, I was very much just a casual, just hang out, not pay attention to politics, which coincidentally, I think that's how they won it, because that's when I thought I was more liberal. I'll say liberal adjacent, but I always grew up conservative. I didn't actually know that I was conservative. I just saw it as a way of life. You know, I grew up in the church. I grew up believing in hard work. My parents did not teach me victimhood. They did not tell me that I should see my skin color as a disability and that I should see myself as oppressed. I come from a long family of hard workers, people that believe in God, people that believe in freedom. And I give an honor to God. I always praise his name because it's a blessing for me to be exactly where I am right now. And as it relates to Trump being elected, that's what got me into politics, because I was living in a very liberal area at the time, working for a big corporation, thinking that's what I was supposed to do with my life. Like, you know, just kind of chop wood at a 9-to-5 job and hope everything works out so I can get a white picket fence and live the American dream. But this is actually the American dream, you know? So I hit the eject button on that life once I started to see everything crumbling around me. I mean, I lived in Minneapolis. Minneapolis used to be a beautiful, safe, fun, and clean city when I lived there just 5 years ago. But oh, how times have changed. That place has devolved into a hellscape. Liberal policies and Marxist ideology have infiltrated the Democrat Party. It's no longer the party of liberals and free speech and borders. It's now abolish ICE, defund the police, everything's racist. It's doom and gloom and depression, and I just am not that kind of person, so I don't align with that. After I moved to the state of Florida in 2017, I became an Uber driver. You know, I literally just kind of said, God, you're in control of my destiny. So I hit the eject button. I became an Uber driver because I knew that that was a good source of income in a state with so much tourism. Well, to make a long story short, I would have people get in my car with MAGA hats on. I was picking people up that had Trump signs all in their front yard, and I was thinking to myself, because this was before I knew that the news was fake, that they hated me because of my skin color and they wanted to dial back the clock on civil rights and I'm going to be in all this trouble. And lo and behold, these were some of the nicest people that I've ever met in my life. Strangers, right? So I go to a Trump rally, my first ever, because I'm like, I want to see if it's true or not. I bought a MAGA hat. I was afraid to go. That's the truth. I was nervous. I go there. People were complimenting me on my hat, even though they had the exact same hat on. It was so much fun. And then I saw how the media covered it. They said, oh, it's a white supremacist rally. There's a bunch of bigots in the building. I'm like, no, actually, that's the opposite of what's true. And in fact, ever since I proudly put on a Make America Great Again hat, the only racism I've experienced has come from the white liberals, white Marxists, white progressives that think that I should be beholden to my skin color, that I should be reduced to nothing but my skin color and deny myself a personal experience. You know, I grew up in a two-parent household. My parents instilled me with values, American values, which they were saying are white values, right? At the Smithsonian Museum here in D.C., African American History Museum, they're saying hard work and believing in God are white values. I mean, it doesn't get more condescending and racist than that. So here I am on the Potomac River at a Trump boat parade, and this is exactly where God wants me, delivering the truth. You know, truth fears no scrutiny. And the truth of the matter is we are united by our beliefs in freedom, which is our God-given right. Freedom is your birthright. But what you have from the Marxist left and the Democrat Party are people trying to take your freedoms away, telling you, you must wear a mask indoors. You must wear a mask. You can't open your business. And because Black Lives Matter, we can burn your business to the ground because violence is speech. But on the other hand, speech is violence, silence is violence, but violence is speech. And that tells me we're in a spiritual warfare because that's an inversion of the truth and reality. The devil wants to lie, steal, kill, and destroy. And that's exactly what's happening when people like the media, you know, Don Lemon, Rachel Maddow, whoever you want to name in the media can look into a camera and lie to you. Joe Biden can lie to you. Nancy Pelosi lying to you. We must get rid of, we must purge these politicians in the media from public life. They should not be able to dictate our lives the way that they do. And so as I'm sitting here on the river, this is amazing, guys. Look around, look at these boats. So that's just a little bit about me. I mean, that was kind of a long-winded, this is my story, but I'm sure you guys appreciate that. And again, if you want, you can follow me on YouTube. If you just type in Mike-nificent, I should pop right up. Mike-nificent. And if you type in Mike-nificent 813 on all other social media platforms, I'll pop up there as well. So guys, we got quite a few boats out here. They're very spread out. We're just taking a, looks like we're stopping a little bit here, but it's a beautiful day on the Potomac River up here, and I guess we're in like Virginia, Maryland, DC area. This is like a weird little area. I don't really know which state we're in, but we're on the Potomac River.
Yeah, Virginia.
So Zoe, what are your thoughts on the state of America right now with Black Lives Matter and the coronavirus and just everything? Like, did you think you would see America look like this in 2020?
Thank you, Mike. Honestly, with everything going on right now, this is exactly what in the Bible God was talking about for us, his people, to be vigilant, to be watching for the signs in the last days of his soon-to-be return. And just seeing everything that's going on, how this nation is making way to be completely godless, and how the Democrats and how the left is constantly pushing anti-God. Even you see what Joe Biden, how he even just the basic Pledge of Allegiance, he's not able to even acknowledge God. That shows how far away we've gotten, you know. But with everything going on, like I said, all we can do is continue praying for our president, that God leads him in the right direction, continues protecting him, and using him as an instrument, as a tool to get his work done here on earth. I know, Mike, us being believers and Christians, what do you have to say about this? Because a lot of my Christian friends or people that I talk to online, they are kind of hesitant, especially church. They're hesitant on openly showing support for our president and getting involved in politics because they feel as if, of course, it's something that is first of all, politics is a sticky topic, and just what do you have to say about the church wanting to kind of stay away from politics, or kind of hesitant on openly showing support for our president? I like to tell people that, you know, in the Bible, several times in the Bible, God used many ways to get his point across, to basically get whatever he was trying to get done. He used many things, okay? Even God spoke through a donkey, okay? So when people ask me personally about how can I be a Christian and support our president, I say, I mean, you have to break it down, and of course God gives us common sense and everything, and of course he has his word to give us guidance. But if you look at the differences between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, conservatives, liberals, what are we pushing for? What are we pushing for that is what God would want to keep here in America, as far as exactly like abortion, for example, abortion. That is something that I know God is anti-abortion. So without having to really put time into it, I know that I could vote for President Trump and know that God would back that because of the things that he is for and that he's trying to continue implementing here in America. And like I said, for example, abortion being that one thing, God is pro-life. God gave us life, okay? And that is something that us humans do not have the right to take away. So that just went on a little run-on sentence there. But yeah, so what do you have to say to the church, okay?
Well, I kind of have a lot to say to the church because, not only is the church saying that and I don't mean all churches, obviously, but not only do a lot of churches say that they don't want to engage in politics, they actually are engaging in politics when they post Black Lives Matter signs, when they put rainbow flags up. When they engage in politics on the left side, they are actually making a commitment to what I believe is Satanism. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you think of just the political parties, you said people ask you, how can you be pro-God and pro-Trump? It's very easy. All you have to do is look at the policies. Look at the policies and see, do they align with God's purpose? God's purpose is for us to be free.
Exactly.
The Democrat purpose is for us to be controlled, for government to effectively replace God. I mean, they can't even acknowledge God at their convention. Exactly. They literally said, they left one nation under God out of it. Exactly. If you look at our Constitution, our founding principles, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator. In the image of God, with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Joe Biden couldn't even say that. What does that tell you? I mean, the truth is always right there in plain sight. This is not being hidden. This is not some conspiracy theory. This isn't even my bias coming in. Joe Biden he couldn't say that. He couldn't say that. And if you look at the way that party operates, if you look at cities where they're controlled by Democrats, that's where evil is happening. That's where murder is happening. That's where crime happens, drug addiction, child abuse. It happens in places where God has been removed. It's very true that when God is taken out of a situation, things become worse. Because God represents hope. He represents love. He represents freedom, truth. These kinds of things are what make the world a better place. Love, hope, truth, freedom. As soon as you dim the light of love, hope, truth, and freedom, the world becomes a darker place. And we're seeing it in Portland. We've seen it in Chicago. We've seen it in New York City. They're sitting there lying to us. Again, with the lying, if they can look into a camera and lie, they're doing the devil's work. If they're lying and saying, the father of lies, this is Donald Trump's fault. Donald Trump is the reason why Portland has rioted for 100 days. Donald Trump is the reason why 50 people get shot in Chicago every single weekend. I mean, all of these problems, for anybody that's honest and paying attention, pre-existed the presidency of Trump. And everybody's pretending like they care about stuff now because it's an opportunity for them to blame Trump. Exactly. And I try to tell friends and family that I'm like, if you could just be honest and say, you're not a Joe Biden supporter, you just hate Donald Trump. Like, just keep it real. Don't be fake about it. Just say, I'm voting against Trump, not for Joe Biden. There's a very big difference because you're focused on something you don't want. And what you focus on expands. So going back to the whole like government versus God, that's why they wanted to take God out of the schools, because then it's, because God is antithetical to the doctrine of government. When people have problems in life, they tend to look to the government if you remove God. For me, when I've had problems in my life, I hit my knees and pray. I pray to God and things work out. I prayed that things would work out by me moving to Florida. And now look, here I am on this boat, living the dream, the American dream, working for a company that is on the right side of history, that is right side broadcasting, and we're here to bring you the truth because that's the right thing to do. So this is really beautiful out here. I'm just blown away by the scenery here. I've been to Virginia once, and I've been to DC twice, and lots of trees, just lots of nature. It's just beautiful out here. I wonder how many miles we have to get to DC. Do you know? Are you a geography person here?
I myself, I love DC. DC is one of my favorite places to go. However, I'm not sure exactly how much longer we have until we get up the river to our destination. But of course, as we go up the river here, we're starting to catch up to some other supporters, and really anticipating and really waiting to see the numbers out there once we get up to our destination. But like Mike said, it's a beautiful day out here. Really happy to be here supporting our president, bringing this live to you guys wherever you may be, including you in. So prayerfully, everything will go as planned today, and like I said, God will get the glory out of all of this, and wherever our president may be today, may God protect him on his way as well. Looks like we're here in the live chat right now. It seems like we have some donations as well. Thank you all again for your support. One of the ways that you can go and donate, and that's on our website, rsbnnetwork.com. If you click to the top right link and scroll down, you can hit that donate button. It gives you several options through PayPal. You can mail in a donation as well. But of course, thank you guys again. Thank you all for everything that you're doing. Thank you for even tuning in and watching us. Okay, any form of support keeps us here on the road. Like we were mentioning earlier, Mike has to be going back to to a few rallies coming up. Seems like just been informed that we will be taking off, increasing speed here soon, preparing to go upstream and hit our destination. So we're going to keep you all live, keep you all watching the event today. So stand by, of course. If you all have any questions, like I said, please message us there in that live chat on YouTube, on our YouTube page, and keep watching. A lot of exciting things to take place today, and we're just excited to be here.
Yeah, guys, this is incredible. This is incredible. And yeah, as Zoe said, your donations go a long way. From DC tomorrow, I'll be traveling to North Carolina for an event that Trump is holding on Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday, he's holding an event in North Carolina. And then from there, I'm going up to Michigan. I won't be home until Friday. So your donations help make that possible. Right? For future events, Trump is going to be kicking this into high gear. I mean, you can expect him to hold 2 to 3 events per week. He is a man of hard work, and so am I. And that's why I'm committed to going to each and every event that I can, as well as come to events that don't actually star President Trump, because it's important to show this patriotism too. Like, we don't even need Trump to be present to hold a rally of patriots. I mean, this is all across the country that this is happening, and the media will just cover it up and hide it. So the more they want to cover it up and hide it, the more that we need to paint this country red, white, and blue with flags, with T-shirts, with hats, with yard signs, and just show them that we're going to reject Joe Biden loud and clear, and we're going to re-elect President Trump on November 3rd, and that's just the way it's going to go. So they can lie and put out fake polls and pretend that Joe Biden has fans and support, when in reality he could not fill a Waffle House right now. He couldn't fill a high school gymnasium right now. That is the truth. He's hiding in his basement. Everything that he's done, his appearances, his public appearances that he's made, have been on the heels of Trump doing it. So Trump visits Kenosha, Wisconsin, and then Joe Biden decides to do it. See, it's pretty clear to see what the game is here. Oh, Trump's doing it, so you better make sure you're doing it. It's not authentic. It's disingenuous. These people are so disconnected from reality. That's why you saw at their Democrat National Convention, they bring out Billie Eilish and a bunch of celebrities. Like, what celebrity can relate to the average citizen? They can't. They're just basically there to tell you to vote Democrat. They do it every single election. You know, I remember back in college, when I was living in Colorado, Obama came to campus, but then they also brought a bunch of celebrities there to drive home the point that you should vote Democrat. It appeals to young people. It appeals to emotion. It doesn't appeal to policy or values or what's actually going to improve the quality of a person's life. It's pretty much, for Democrats, at least as it relates to the black community, vote for me because the other guy is racist. That's not going to work anymore. We want results. We want to know what you're going to do. So yeah.
Mike, what are your opinions on criminal justice reform? That's something that I'm passionate about. Just side note as well, he said, hold on to your hat because we're picking up speed here. But just in case the audio may cut out, but just real briefly, what are your opinions on?
I think criminal justice reform was landmark legislation that Trump passed. Right. So kudos to him, because this is something that they've wanted to get done for years. Right. I better hold on to my hat here. It just makes me nervous. We're going fast here, guys, and I apologize if the audio's cutting out or getting a little choppy here. But you know, criminal justice reform was something that both parties said that they were going to get done for decades, and Trump actually got it done, reversing Joe Biden's detrimental 94 crime bill, which he so passionately gave a speech on the Senate floor about. He said it was so necessary to start locking people up. And what you saw was a lot of people getting locked up in the black community. And Donald Trump reversed course on that. And not only is he letting people out, giving them a second chance, which I firmly believe in, he's offering them opportunities. So they're getting jobs. You know, at the peak of Trump's economy, the peak of his economy, there were more jobs available than there were people to work those jobs, which benefits the worker. And it benefits people who were coming out of prison. It, you know, whereas employers might have been skeptical in the past of like, well, I don't know if I want to hire a felon or anything like that. They're like, you know what, maybe I'll give them a chance. I mean, that's just the right thing to do. Who could argue that? So, whoo, this wind is kind of crazy, guys. Like, but it's beautiful. It's welcoming. I just makes it a little hard to talk. But again, guys, make sure you donate. Make sure you go to rsbnetwork.com, and there's several ways to donate. Also, our moderators will put links in the chat for you guys to do that. Let me pass it back to Zoe here for a second.
Thank you, Mike. Also, if you all are wanting to send in any donations, you can do that by sending it to our address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Again, you all can send in your donations if you choose to 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. We appreciate anything that you all are able to give. Of course, we cannot do this without you, and we enjoy being out here and showing our support for the president and being unified with other Americans, other patriots as well. And it's very encouraging, especially during this time. And I say myself, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, okay? The water is boiling right now, and it's overflowing, and our President Trump is unapologetic, and what he is doing, ignoring the left and pushing for morals here in America. But again, thank you all for watching. We're going to keep you live here. We just started picking up the pace to reach our destination. We are here in Virginia on the Potomac River. Around 1 o'clock, we should reach our destination. But of course, if you all have any questions, any comments, please leave that there in our YouTube live chat, and we'll be happy to answer them. But of course, stand by, guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who just may be tuning in right now, we're here in Potomac, at the Potomac River in Virginia. We're headed to our destination. We are attending the Trump boat parade. We're making way, like I said, to our destination. I appreciate you all. We all appreciate you all tuning in and watching us. We are going to be streaming live for the whole event today, so stay with us. Bear with us as well, because the boat has picked up some speed. So we're going against the winds here, but thank you all. I just wanted to stop and say thank you all for watching and showing your support. There are many ways that you all can donate, of course, on our website, rsbnetwork.com. If you click the tab at the top right and scroll down, hit donation. You can donate through PayPal, or you could donate through sending in to our address as well, and on Patreon. We are on Patreon as Right Side Broadcasting Network. Anything that you all give is appreciated. Of course, we could not be here without you all.
little ride ahead of us here.
Just gonna enjoy it.
We're just enjoying it. We want you guys to just take in the sights and obviously the sounds of this choppy wind on the Potomac. I saw the chats. I saw you guys in there saying, tell Zoe to pronounce it correctly. Tomato, Potomac, Potomac. Guys, we're on the Potomac River, okay? We're headed up to Key Bridge. We're gonna meet some other patriots. We're about 20 minutes out, but we appreciate those of you that are sticking with us through this. It's a little choppy. I had to turn my hat around because I was nervous I was gonna lose it, and that would just be terrible. I just got this brand new MAGA hat, but we had to turn the hat around so that the wind didn't take it right off my head. And my sunglasses, thank God, are keeping the wind out of my eyes. But yeah, we're just enjoying this. I've got to admit, this is my first time on a boat that's gone more than 15 miles an hour. I don't know. I've been on a few pontoons before, but never been on a speedboat that's just racing down a river like this. So a first for me. What about you? Have you been on a boat like this before?
I have, Mike. I have, and I always enjoy it. I always enjoy it, especially today since we're doing something that we love. So we have about, like Mike was mentioning, we have about 20 minutes until we reach a stop at the Key Bridge here on the Potomac River. So we are excited to be here, guys, and we appreciate you all staying with us. And thank you for your patience during this trip as well. But Mike and I were just having side conversations a little earlier about the current issues that are taking place in the country today and where we stand on them. Us being conservative African Americans, you know, I'm sure you have experienced firsthand, Mike, you know, people kind of expecting you to have a certain view due to your skin color, which is incorrect, and it shows how people are just programmed in believing lies without further investigating themselves. But that's where I come to realize even more so.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know, that it's the people who think like I am so not racist. I have a Black Lives Matter sign in my front yard. And I love all things black. I love black people to death. But as soon as they see a black person like me, who's not going to toe the line of the prevailing narrative that we're victims in this country, and we're proud and we're patriotic, they short circuit. Their heads explode. They don't know what to do, so they roll out their bigotry, and they say you're uneducated, you're brainwashed, you're a puppet, you're a token. I've been called all kinds of racist, horrible, bigoted names by people who think Trump is racist, horrible, and bigoted. And I'm just like, I don't know how you square that circle. The truth is stranger than fiction, as I say all the time on my YouTube channel to my audience. It's the people who say that they're not racist that are the most racist. It's you know, the thing is, we were given our minds by God-given brains. We should use our brains and discern what's true and what isn't true, right? And so when you think about the Democrat Party, it's all about identity politics. What you are is who you are. They don't care anything about you. They just care about what you are. Yeah, and how they can use you to wield power. That's all we are, is pawns on a political chessboard, and I reject that. I reject that. They get mad, they get angry, but it's okay, because more people are waking up to that. More people are starting to catch on to see that they're just being used. You know, Black Lives Matter. Take Black Lives Matter, for example. All they've done is destroy the lives of black people. More black people have been killed by Black Lives Matter than police in the last 2 years combined. I had to tell one of my friends that yesterday, to which he had no response, because it's absolutely true. You know, they care only about black lives to the extent that they can extend their power. And they don't like that black conservatives call that out. Exactly. We expose it. You know, we tell the truth about what's really happening. It's like, if Black Lives Matter truly cared about black people, they would show up in neighborhoods in Chicago and St. Louis, in Minneapolis and Detroit, where black people are being killed. Or they talk about the Planned Parenthoods that are in black neighborhoods, strategically placed. You can look on Google Maps. It's not a conspiracy theory. Go look on Google Maps, type in Planned Parenthood, and see how many pop up in the south side of Chicago. Margaret Sanger, the founder. They don't want to talk about it, you know? And when you think about, like, gatherings of Trump supporters, right? Gatherings of patriots. When you see a gathering of patriots, you know there's going to be flag waving, smiles, positivity. Not destruction. You see a gathering of Biden voters, you know something's going to burn. If you see a bunch of Joe Biden voters together, something's probably on fire. At the very least, they're holding up a bunch of signs of things that they hate and don't like. They're destroying, intimidating people, knocking stuff over at restaurants. I mean, who does that? This stuff doesn't make any sense. I think Trump derangement syndrome is actually unhealthy. It's unhealthy to hate somebody so much that you'll allow yourself to become we're bouncing around here, guys, so I'm a little bit distracted. We're choppy waters here. But the point I'm making is these Biden voters, you know, I've seen video after video of them going into restaurants, turning over tables, screaming in people's faces. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Okay, what's going on here?
Be joining us.
Tell the people what's going on.
All the boats over here to the left, sometimes called the port side, they are going to be joining us. So we should have a good turnout.
Yeah, guys, look, so we got some more boats over here. Some of you said in the chat to show the boats. Well, we had to play a little bit of catch up, and a lot of boats are joining us along the way here. So you can see we got, looks like maybe about 12 to 15 boats up here. Maybe about 20 boats. I don't know. I couldn't count them, but a good amount of boats here. Once we get, I guess, closer in unison, we can get a nice little parade going. And there's several boats much further up ahead, and there's quite a few boats behind us. If you look over here to the right, there's a little tiny speedboat over here with the Trump flag over there. See if we can get them to wave. They're not looking at us, but hopefully we can get people to wave here. A lot of boats out here. Pretty much every boat on the water is a supporter of Trump. Guys, have you ever seen anything like this for any other cause? Do you ever see this for a sports team? Maybe a sports team, you might see a bunch of sports fanatics get their boats and flags and their attire. But have you ever seen it for a presidential candidate? Have you ever seen it for anybody else? No, because the enthusiasm is real, it's organic, it's authentic, and it's grassroots. You know, this wasn't funded by Soros or some super PAC. This is just patriots getting together and showing how proud they are of the country and how much they support our commander-in-chief. What do you think about that? Just the grassroots energy behind these Trump events, whether it's a boat parade or people gathering to wave flags or hold their own events.
Thank you, Mike. I think it's exactly what we need right now. We need to be going full force, really, honestly, up into the election, and even giving that same momentum after the election, no matter which way it goes. But yes, in order, in peace, united, we need to come together to show our support for Trump in ways like this, being out on the water with our boats, showing our support. So I just think it's sad. It's really sad to see, going back to Black Lives Matter, really, that organization was founded upon a lie. A lie. First of all, with the stats of black murders compared to white murders, and what in the situation of police brutality, no, okay, not every case of police brutality is a racist situation, okay? I think that word racist is misused, overused today for the lack of understanding of what the word really means, prejudice as well. But it's sad to see, like I said, the organization Black Lives Matter use the opportunity to promote really disorder and promote these riots and the destructions of your communities, our communities. And you know, when I said, when I saw this taking place earlier, I said people are obviously people are going to move, okay? People are going to leave your city. They're going to be tired of seeing the mayors not doing anything about it and allowing people to take over. When our president offered to offer assistance to get your city in order, you denied his help, then you turn back around and you blame him for what's taking place. No, that will not happen, okay? So that's why we, Right Side Broadcasting Network, that's why people like us are here to call out the left, call out Democrats on the lies that they have been telling us for years. And even some of the head leaders over at the Black Lives Matter organization, they consider themselves self-proclaimed trained Marxists. Okay, so what was Karl Marx all about? He was all about destroying the system order, and of course we're seeing that. We're seeing in the black communities, black families being destroyed. Okay, first of all, the destruction of the home is what basically, if you don't have your home in order, okay, there's nothing else that can be done as far as that. But breaking down the home, taking out the fathers out the home, placing abortion clinics in low-income areas, low-income communities, okay, this is all by liberals, the Democrat. So I've just been informed that what we're looking at here to the left is George Washington's previous home. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
What a day! What a day!
George Washington's house. I don't know if we would have seen it otherwise.
Right. Here in Virginia, D.C. is a lot of history, a lot of rich history. Actually, when we were just talking about how we previously met prior to today, 2018, at a Turning Point event in D.C., where we were able to hear from conservative leaders from all over, like Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, and even Larry Elder, even hearing from the president at the White House, which was I was still surprised even being there. You know, that is a historical place, no matter who's the president, and I was really appreciative of being there and having the opportunity to hear from our president in person. But yeah, so Mike, I guess you can tell them a little bit about that as well.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't. For one reason or another, I didn't get to make it into the White House for that event. But it was still great to be in Washington, D.C. That was my first time there, going to a Turning Point USA event. I did get to meet Larry Elder. Who else was there? Stacey Dash. Dr. Ben Carson. A lot of black conservative leaders, intelligent, successful black conservatives. It's very great to see the unity in that room. It felt like family, you know. It really did.
It was over 400 young African Americans there, and it was really important to have leaders like that, like Larry Elder, Candace Owens, speaking to the youth of America, the conservative youth of America. So
and it's important to have a message of hope too. Right. When you think about what you want the future of the country to look like, don't you want to have it infused with hope as opposed to despair? I mean, if you look at the Black Lives Matter movement, first of all, that movement, that organization, can anybody tell me what they've done to actually improve black lives? Like the money that they fundraised, have they built any schools? Have they built any houses? Have they outright given any money to black people? No, they haven't. They've funneled that money into Joe Biden's campaign, which is why he's flooding the interwebs with his ads. That's why you're seeing so many propaganda messages out there, because they're all about selling black people on the idea that you should vote Democrat because racism. Not because we're going to improve your lives, not because you're going to have freedom, but because of racism. And because you can't do it in America without our help. You need the government. That is the message. That is the message of the Democrats. That's the message of Black Lives Matter, the neo-Marxist organization. Yeah, they said that they are trained Marxists. Karl Marx, the father of lies, the father of communism. His ideas have been tried on every continent and failed miserably, led to 60, 70, 80 million deaths. We still don't know because the numbers are racking up in countries like Venezuela. Those policies, those ideas suck. They strip away freedom and liberty, and they basically want to indoctrinate the black community to accept that America is somehow terrible and they'd be better off under a communist rule. And that's all Black Lives Matter is just a Trojan horse for Marxism and communism, similar to the Green New Deal. Marxism and communism, guys. So we're getting closer to our destination here. We got to be under 10 minutes away. What do you think? Under 10 minutes away from, what's the name of the bridge again? I forget.
The Key Bridge.
The Key Bridge. And again, guys, we're on the Potomac River. For those of you that are just tuning in, this is a Trump boat parade on the Potomac River. And we just passed George Washington's house, and we're going to be coming into the Washington, D.C. area here shortly, at which point we will be meeting up with several other Trump supporters on boats here. We're very spread out here because this is a massive river, very massive, lots of wind, but we're having a good time. It's a blessing to be out here. Oh yeah, and I want to. Yeah, tell the people where we're at now.
We're approaching the Woodrow Wilson Bridge up here.
Woodrow Wilson Bridge, gotcha. We're coming up on the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, guys. But you guys, if you want to follow me, again, Mike Nificent, if you search YouTube, Mike Nificent, I should pop right up. Just like saying magnificent, except replace it with Mike. Mike Nificent. If you want to find me on Twitter, Instagram, or BitChute, or any other social media, Parler, just type in Mike-Nificent813. Did you already plug your social media?
No. Thank you, Mike. Yes, and if you all are interested in following me as well on my social media, following my journey, being a patriot here in America, you can follow me on Instagram. Username is ZoSoB, Z-O-S-O, S as in Sam, O, B as in boy, E. ZoSoB. On Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook, you all are able to follow me or send a friend request. Zoe Sozo Bethel. I do appreciate you all the support that I can get, we can get as conservatives, really encouraging each other in this fight and being outspoken. Okay. All right.
I just read that someone in the chat said, let me see if I can find it again. So, someone asked, where are the Biden boat parades? The answer to that question is they don't exist. That's like asking, where are the Biden voters? The Biden voters are burning down cities. That's where Biden voters are. They're not having boat parades. They're not having rallies. They're not having events. They're just waiting to vote against Donald Trump. That's all they're going to do. They're voting against Trump. That's the truth. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let the media gaslight and make it seem like he has so much support and he's going to heal us and he's going to build back better. He's not going to build back better when his voters are burning down everything that's been built, pulling down statues and monuments, deconstructing, critical race theory. That's all they're doing is tearing down. That's all they know how to do. Someone said, love Mike Nificent. Thank you very much. Let me give some shout outs to these super chats. I apologize, guys. Have not been keeping up with the super chats. Giselle Landry said, best president ever. God bless him and protect him. Family and team. Thank you very much. Shout out to the new members. Another super chat from Bill Chan. Thank you very much. $250 donation. Monica M. Keep supporting our president. Trump 2020. Thank you. Trump 2020. Continuous. Trump 2020. Thank you very much. Who else we got? We got Ed Montague. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to try to engage with you guys here in the chat here. Sorry if you guys are having a hard time hearing me. It's very, very windy here. Someone said we need a yacht force. That would be cool. First, we got to get Space Force up and running. Once we get Space Force, then we'll be good to go. What else do we got here, guys? God bless you all. Biden's hiding, someone said. Sorry if you guys are having a hard time hearing me. There's only so much I can do with the wind here. I am reading in the chats that you're having a hard time hearing me. I am doing my best, guys. Bear with us here. As for those of you that have been following Right Side Broadcasting for a while, this is a first-time event for us, so we've got some kinks to work out here. We appreciate your support along the way, and your feedback actually helps us improve on the fly. So I'm doing my best to shield the microphone from this wind. and hopefully the sound improves. So let us know if you guys are having a hard time hearing us, and we will be approaching our destination here shortly. Let's see. Sound is great. Okay, good. I'm holding the mic closer to my mouth now. Thanks. Audio is fine. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. You know, I'm very used to having audio issues just, you know, from time to time on my YouTube channel, which I hope you guys subscribe to, by the way. Mike-nificent. So I really rely on you guys' feedback. You know, this is the future of media, guys. For as much as we complain about the mainstream media and how fake they are and how they lie, this is citizen journalism. This is citizen media. We have no agenda here. I have no agenda to lie to you. We're here to bring you the truth. And we're relatable because we're one of you. We're not some polished guy in a suit that's being fed his talking points at 4 a.m., you know, repeating the same old gibberish. You notice they say the same thing. Grim new milestone. They always use the same buzzwords. Grim new milestone. They love to talk about that kind of stuff. We don't do that. We're not pre-programmed. We're not bots. We rely on you to keep us going with your donations, with your feedback. We're going to improve this quality. We're going to take back our media. We're going to have citizen journalism going into the future. Guys, we just received confirmation that the... All right, 1 second. We're headed to the bridge. Yeah, we're headed to the bridge here. Sorry about that, guys. We're getting some information here. 1 second. Yeah, guys, this is we're having a great time out here. Great time out here supporting the president. You know, President Trump has done so much for this country, and you've never seen so much enthusiasm for a president ever. Where people get together and have boat rallies, people get together and have flag waves, people have YouTube channels like myself. Think about the amount of jobs that Trump has created. President Trump has created so many jobs and opportunities for people to improve their lives. Just from, yeah, the jobless rate, you know. His policies have improved the quality of lives of Americans, and we love showing that. And he brings a strong law and order message as the Democrats try to destroy everything he built. Hey guys, they've got some patriots over there waving at us. You know, without his policies, where would this country be? He stands in the way of the Democrat Party essentially taking over this country and turning it into a communist dictatorship. That's what will happen. They keep saying it's fear-mongering, but I mean, look at the policies. Like the radical left control the message. Joe Biden is an empty suit candidate. He's a puppet. He can be controlled. If somehow Joe Biden is elected, then AOC is your president. Kamala Harris is your president. Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley. Is that what you guys want? No. So we need 4 more years of President Trump. And that's what we're going to get by showing the average person who's maybe politically agnostic, they're not sure who to vote for, show them that this is the kind of support President Trump has. What do you think?
Thank you, Mike. Yes, you are exactly right about that. Exactly right about that. To the person who may be watching us and they personally have questions about why should they vote for our president. Okay, the reason why I voted for Donald Trump, and that's because I saw that he would be the one, and after him being in office for a little bit, I saw that he was, like I said, unapologetic, fighting for our Constitution, fighting for God to be still here in America, be present here in America. And that kind of encouraged me to be more vocal, even though I may be nervous sometimes about what I have to say because of what people might have to say about me and how I might be ostracized. But like I said, if our president, if he can do it every day, if he can fly here, fly there, if he can, you know, give all of his ability for the American people to protect us, to keep to keep God in this country, then we can do it too. And if some of you may not be vocal or comfortable with openly showing support for President Trump, of course, at least keep him in your prayers. At least keep him in your prayers. And with everything going on right now, the election coming up, and how the left Democrats are trying their hardest to keep him from winning this election and to get him out of office, we need more than ever. We need to pray for God to protect him and to protect, everyone in his administration who are fighting every day to keep our rights here in America, our innate God-given rights. So, I appreciate you all showing your support for us, showing your support for our president. Like I said, keep us and him in your prayers with everything that is going on. So it seems as if we've come to a stop. It looks like we are soon to reach our destination. It looks like we picked up a little more Trump supporters on the way here. So it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Really grateful and grateful to be out here right now with Mike, newest addition to Right Side Broadcasting Network, and so far he's perfect. He's great, and he was explaining to me about a little bit what he does on YouTube, exposing the lies on the left, using his voice and platform to push God in this country as well, and I'm really proud of him for that, and I'm happy that he is on with us. You said too that you have 2 more rallies coming up after here. Are you excited about that?
Oh, I'm so excited, guys. So from here, I'm going straight to North Carolina for a Trump event on Tuesday, and then from there, I'm going up to Michigan for another Trump event, and I believe there's rumors of another event coming up next weekend, possibly out west somewhere. So stay tuned. Trump is going to be kicking his rallies into high gear, and your donations, your support go a long way to sending Right Side Broadcasting to those events to cover everything the president's doing. He's working hard, and so are we. Guys, it's just it's incredible. Now that it's slowed down a lot, that wind, that wind was really, I had to turn my hat around because I was nervous I was going to lose it. But yeah, guys, we're into the DC area now. Things have slowed down. There's a lot of Trump support out here. It's beautiful, guys. It's a beautiful sunny day. There is not a cloud in the sky. You could not ask for better weather to be on the Potomac River on a Sunday. And I just feel blessed, When you put God first, great things happen. When you take God away, you dim the light of hope and chaos ensues. Hence why you have these essentially conquered territories, which are Democrat-run cities, where there's chaos, confusion, burning buildings. The media is telling you it's mostly peaceful. In front of the backdrop of burning buildings, just textbook gaslighting there. You got liars like Nancy Pelosi, just wicked, evil woman, like telling you can't wear a mask, but she goes into a salon wearing a mask. We're going to get these people out of office, and it is my job to do my part to make sure that happens.
Yeah, and it is also sad that Nancy, a person that's supposed to be in office supporting the people of America and being a voice for the people, how she turned her back on the salon that she's been going to for what I was told for a while, how she was trying to throw her under the bus and destroy her business just to save herself. And by her saying that she accepts full responsibility, that it was a setup. No, Nancy Pelosi, what you're doing is destroying America, okay? Every day when you clock in for your job or do whatever, you're destroying America with the lies and the hypocrisy, and it needs to stop, okay? And that is what President Trump, our president, is doing, is stopping the lies, shedding light on the lies, and we will continue supporting him and what he is doing.
Guys, again, this is something we have never done before. This is new for Right Side Broadcasting. This is essentially like a fundraising event for us. In order for us to continue bringing you this content, we ask that you donate and support us. You guys send us to these events. We are on this boat because of you. If you go to rsbnetwork.com, you can donate. There's plenty of ways to donate. You can donate on YouTube via Super Chat, but you can also send in donations to our physical address, checks, money orders, You can send money in different ways to support us going to these events. Like I said, I'll be going to North Carolina tomorrow and then Michigan a few days after that. And then there's going to be several other events. So it goes a long way. Your support goes a long way to helping us out, guys. We also have a Patreon page, too, that you can support. And moderators will be putting links in the chat here if you guys want to donate that way. Oh, and I also have, let's see here, I'm going to read this to you guys. The address is, for donations, is Right Side Broadcasting, 1550 Opelika, how do you pronounce it? Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Fairfax County Fire and Rescue. For Trump. What are the odds they don't support Trump, guys? What are the odds that they're Biden voters? I bet the left wants to defund them too, just because. More money for social programs. See, they want to defund everything and fund themselves. That's all it's about. It's just it's an extortion racket. They're telling you the violence won't stop until Biden is elected. You know, this is like mafioso tactics here. The threats and intimidation. I feel so sorry for any American patriots that's in the path of this Democrat destruction. It's a reign of terror. Whether you're talking Portland, Minneapolis, Denver, my home city, Denver, not a safe place anymore. Chicago hasn't been safe for a long time, as they tell you it's all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault that Democrat leadership has failed for 50 years. Okay. So dishonest. Look at these Trump supporters here, guys. Beautiful guys. Hey guys, what's going on? 4 more years. Beautiful crowd out here, guys. You love to see it. Trump 2020. Beautiful, guys. See, we're slowing down. We're catching up with some of these other boats here. As the river narrows a little bit and we get into the D.C. area, I think I can kind of see the Capitol from here. Maybe that's the monument. I don't know. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. But, guys, you could not ask for better weather. It's actually really warm out here. So the breeze was welcome, was needed. Even our cameraman's getting hot over here. He's getting some breeze, though. So, yeah, guys, we're on the Potomac River here in Washington, D.C. for a Trump boat parade. The first of its kind for Right Side Broadcasting, but this is happening nationwide, guys. Austin, Texas had one yesterday. They had one in Ohio. They had one in Florida. They've been doing it in Florida, my home state, for several weeks now. And you know what happens? This forces the media to cover it. The media can only hide the Trump support for so long. They don't want to show the crowds at his rally. They don't want to show the lines. But when you have hundreds of boats coming down the Potomac River in Washington, D.C., how do you ignore that? You have to cover it, right? Even if you put your little liberal spin on it, you have to report on it. It's happening. It's real. And no such support for Biden exists. That's just the truth. They don't like the truth, but it's still the truth. It doesn't change. So, yeah. What do you think, Zoe? How are you feeling about this this boat parade right now?
Thank you, Mike. Well, I am eager. I'm eager to get going and be in the midst of the rest of the supporters and to kind of hear from the people and see what they have to say. I know everyone's excited. Everyone's happy to be here. Like we said, it's a beautiful day God has blessed us with, and I'm ready to hear from the people as well. And just like what you were mentioning earlier, this is our first time doing something like this, so we're just kind of enjoying it, using this opportunity to bring to you all live just one of Trump's many events, and hopefully closer to the election we'll see more things like this. Like Mike was mentioning earlier, you're starting to see these boat parades, these pro-Trump boat parades all over the country right now. And yeah, even in my home state in Alabama at the beach, we are seeing it as well. And it's amazing that people could come together, like what we were saying earlier, come together and be united and supporting our president, patriots, supporting this country and everything it has to stand for. More enthusiastic supporters here to our left on their boat, being exactly what we all are out here, patriots, exactly. It's just exciting to see people happy, people getting themselves pumped up for our president, you know. And I'm sure he, seeing all of this, seeing people come to hear him, it's encouraging for him, especially what he has to go through on a daily basis, the biased media outlets spreading lies. You can't even read a title to an article today without being misled. And you know, it's always important to read, you know, educate yourself, do more research, ask more questions. Don't be so accepting of what is given to you, especially from the media. And our president, he has done a great job with exposing them for exactly who they are, liars. But again, guys, thank you so much for staying with us with all this. We are bringing to you live here in Virginia, the Trump Boat Parade here on the river, and we are excited. We're happy to be here.
You know, that song is an amazing song, but we probably shouldn't have it because, you know, copyright, YouTube, that kind of thing. But it's an amazing song, guys, and we love that these patriots are out here playing this music. It's great. Love it, guys.
We're actually good with that music.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh. Apparently we're good with that song. That's good to know for my YouTube channel, because, you know, I played that song one time on my YouTube channel, or it was either that or something part of the campaign song, and I got a copyright claim, but that could have just...
You never know, even our president using some music, you know,
yeah,
people
you never know.
Constantly trying to stop him from using it.
Now, the Pitbull song, I guess we're not in the clear on that one. Just me guessing there. But yeah, guys, this is an amazing time, and there are a lot of boats up ahead. Let me tell you guys, as we get closer up here, you're going to see quite a few more boats. There's a lot already, but you can see there's some up there parked. I think we're approaching our destination here. Great time out here. And again, guys, I'm going to reiterate, your donations make this possible. You guys supporting us goes a long way to us being able to attend events like this and do impromptu things. You know, it's not just about Trump rallies. We've got a plan for after the election. You know, Trump's going to be reelected in November, and we don't know what the future holds as far as his rallies are concerned. We don't know if he'll be still holding rallies, or I imagine he still would for midterms in 2022. He would do some campaigning for people. But other than that, we don't really know. So we're kind of, to keep this new media company afloat, guys, we gotta have support so that we can continue to compete and crush, ultimately, the mainstream media. You know, the legacy media that's been so dominant for so many years, spreading lies, dividing us. I mean, look at all the division in our country. Look at half of the violence that's going on is fueled by the media. It's fueled by the media. They're not here to report the news. They're reporting the narrative. And the narrative is Orange Man bad and Orange Man is very bad. Right? That's all they want you to think is false narratives. You know, they're all in lockstep alignment as far as Orange Man bad, Biden's good, and they continue to promote these lies. Guys, we got lots of Trump supporters out here. Guys, look at this. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful day on the Potomac River. I don't know how they can spin this. How are you going to spin this to make it seem like Trump is nervous about losing support? That's why he wants to rig the election. He's very concerned that he's going to lose at the ballot box. That's why he wants to undermine the post office. It's like, what? As Joe Biden can't even get 5 people to show up at a school gymnasium, Trump has people lined up for blocks camping out overnight, and yet he's nervous that people are losing enthusiasm for him. I bet Trump can't go anywhere. President Trump can't go anywhere without seeing flags, bumper stickers, yard signs. I mean, even as he flies over, I've seen Trump 2020 cut into people's yards. I mean, they just crazy support. But if you continue with the legacy media, again, they're going to tell you the exact opposite thing is true. If anything needs to be defunded, it'd be the media. The media needs to be defunded. So yeah, guys.
Matching boats.
Yeah. Matching boats? So many boats out here, guys. It's a beautiful day on the Potomac River. How do you pronounce it again?
Potomac?
Potomac. Some people were like, guys, it's Potomac. Potomac. Let me read some of these chats here, guys. Still waiting to see single Biden rally. You're not going to see a single Biden rally because they just don't exist.
Yes, hashtag let's get Biden retired as soon as possible. Give him a break. All right. So, guys, I'm going to give you all some of the links where you can donate to us. Of course, anything is appreciated. You can go to rsbnetwork.com /donate. You can also donate at www.patreon.com /RSBN or the super chat, and then you can also mail in your donations at Right Side Broadcasting. That's 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Thank you all so much for all of those donations. Whatever you give, that keeps us here, bringing to you live what you like to see, and that's supporters and our President Trump. So as we're kind of giving you all a visual on where we're basically we stopped for right now. As I was told, we were supposed to make way up, continue making way up to the river for another stop, but we're kind of congregating here. I guess everyone's going to kind of get themselves riled up, and we're hearing music, we're hearing people clap, we're hearing people chant, we're seeing it all. So I'm excited to be here. It is now, what time is it? 12:16. I haven't caught up with the time yet. 12:16. We are here in Virginia enjoying this beautiful day on the river at the Trump Boat Parade.
Oh, apparently there's some people commenting, calling us, very kind names, as the tolerant left tends to do. Some of the most vitriolic people will be voting for Joe Biden in November, and I hope some of you are listening right now, because you want to call us all these names because we don't see ourselves as victims. I'm sorry that you're so angry. I mean, there's a lot of people. This is the thing. Here's what qualifies you as a Joe Biden voter. You have to see yourself as disenfranchised, angry, victimized. I can't do it. My failures are someone else's fault. We simply don't see ourselves that way, right? And that's why we get all the hate. That's why we get the hate. So if we're getting the hate, we know that we're on the right side, because God is our guiding light in this world. Like, there's no such thing as, someone's holding me back, I can't do it because this person, because this oppressive system. No, God's plan overrides all. Exactly. Right? Exactly. What is, and they're saying, what has Trump done for the black community? For one, he is shrank the size of government, gets government out of the way. See, so many people are like, what can you do for me? Why can't you do for yourself? Right? That's the message, essentially, that's what it's been for the Republican Party since its founding. Freedom, liberty, prosperity, independence, self-reliance. Instead of looking to the government. Why can't the government do this for me? I want this voucher. I want this. Right? Why can't you do for yourself? I just think it's hilarious that people can't see that. They're always looking for something. And I'm curious for the Biden voters out there and some of the Biden voters that may be watching this, because that's what you are, Biden voters. What is Biden going to do for you? What has Biden done for you for the last 47 years, except for passing the 1994 crime bill that locked up more black people than anybody else, signed by his buddy Bill Clinton, locked up more black people than anyone in U.S. history. Now, not to mention his partner in crime, Kamala Harris, who locked up nonviolent drug offenders and then went on the Breakfast Club and talked about how she smoked weed and it's cool, but she locked people up for that. That's who you'll be voting for. Say what you want about Trump. Everybody loved Trump. Everybody loved him until he decided to run for president, right? You can't name a rapper that didn't praise Trump. Now, all of a sudden, because the media said, oh, he's bad. It's like, come on, guys. Come on. What's going on?
Get with it.
Get with it, right? What do you think about the hate that Trump gets just out of the clear blue since he decided to run for president?
You and I, we all will experience hate and have. What we have to do is to absolutely reject it. And that's what I do. And I know that's what our president does. No president in my lifetime has ever been under attack as much as this president.
Yeah.
Just very sad that it's come to this. Very sad.
It's very sad, and we've never seen anything like this. I've had people, friends and family, put their hatred for Trump over their love of me. I've never done that to anybody. I would never do that to anybody. I don't hate anybody so passionately that I would jeopardize a friendship or connection with a family member because I don't like that person. And yet that's where we are. Yeah. The Trump derangement syndrome is so real. Like, why can't you just move on from it? Like, why can't but that's what they thrive on. That's what the Democrat Party thrives on. They thrive on hatred. They thrive on animosity. They actually need your life to suck for you to vote for them. Yeah. Like, their policies are literally designed for people who are in despair. Right? It's like
absolutely true.
And if Democrat policies were so amazing, how come states like California aren't beacons for a better world? How come cities where they've been in control, no Republican in sight to blame in states like California? Why is California bankrupt? Why is it overrun with homelessness, crime, poverty, drugs? This isn't a conspiracy there. You can look it up. You can see it with your eyes. You don't need the news to tell you if it's true or not.
News, and they're not going to tell us anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to tell us anyway.
They're just not going to tell us.
Yeah. And
they're not going to do anything.
And you got these people in power that tell you what to do, but they're not going to live by the rules. Nancy Pelosi, rules for thee, not for me. I can go to a salon, but you can't. I can do this, but you can't. And yet the people are going to trust them. They hate Trump so much that they will vote for their freedoms to be taken away via bigger government. And it's like they say that they don't trust politicians, but yet they want to vote for politicians to have more power. Let's have the government take over the healthcare system. Does that make any sense? Like, do you trust politicians? Do you trust your neighbors? Let alone politicians.
Let's point out the fact how when Obama, during his time in office, how he with the immigration issue, how he deported more immigrants than President Trump has, and how people were the left, were they trying to stop him with that? No, it only became an issue when President Trump started to wanting to build the wall, wanting to secure our borders. Of course, it's an issue, and that's because why? He's coming from from conservatism, and he's supporting God, and that is everything that liberals, the Democratic Party, is against.
Exactly. That's why I can't say this enough. Like, the people who are complaining about these issues are so fake, because where was all of this when Obama was in office? Where was your reparations when Obama was in office? I don't want to hear, Republicans were blocking him. No. They had control of the House and the Senate in Obama's first term. Obama did nothing for the black community. That is a fact. I don't care who it triggers. It's just the truth. Obama didn't do anything for the black community. And they are so hell-bent on talking about what Trump is doing, what he's not doing. What did they do? How come statues weren't an issue when Obama was in office? It's only an issue now because Donald Trump is in office and they don't want to be honest about it, but we all know that it's true. So I guess it's a long-winded what I have to say to the people in the chat that are calling themselves the those very kind words, the people that are full of hate. I mean, it's really sad. You want better for people. I want people to focus on love and unity. I think that's a higher vibrational state of being than focusing on what you don't have, because what you don't have, you won't have if you keep focusing on it. I mean, let them.
If you'd like to have a drink, please.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it. So yeah, guys, we're just out here just congregating with these other boats. Lots of boats showed up, and there's plenty further down the river here that you can't see, but I would say, if I had to guesstimate, there's at least 50 to 60 boats that I can see. 50 to 60 boats, possibly more. Definitely more. There's just more that are further down the river, not in sight. But it's beautiful. I'd love to see the media go up on the bridge here and report on it. Report on it here, guys. It's beautiful. So beautiful. And beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. About 80 degrees, nice light breeze. And a bunch of patriots together on the Potomac River in Washington, D.C., showing our love and support for President Donald J. Trump. 4 more years. That's what we're going to get. Everybody knows it. The left knows it. That's why they're nervous. That's why they're nervous. That's why they're threatening you at their little convention, saying, if you want the violence to stop, give us power, vote for us. They're threatening you. They're intimidating you. They're doing whatever they can to regain power, because they know that they don't have a winning message. They cannot win on policy. They can't win on ideas. They just simply need to ruin people's lives to make them vote Democrat. That is the truth. And if I'm going to actually pull up, let me get back to the chat here, guys. I want to make sure that I'm staying engaged with the chat. The chat is very important here. Let me give you guys some super chat shout outs. Training Things, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to the new member, Rundell Schmidt, thank you. Tree Climber, thank you for the super chat. Who else we got? Mr. Tricks, beautiful patriots, Trump 2020, we will not be stopped, USA, one nation under God, we are indivisible. Showing some love and support. Thank you, guys. No, thank you. Thank you very much for the donation. Lois Miller, you two are doing a great job. Love you, Mike and Zoe. Thank you so much. We love you too. We are united by red, white, and blue. Right? We are children of God. Children of God first. None of this identity politics nonsense. The gobbledygook from the left. We're sick of it. People are tired of it. We want to be united. We want to focus on positive things. Who else we got? We got another new member, John Mafam. I hope I pronounced that right. John Mafam. Thank you for becoming a member, guys. You guys, your donations, your support sends us to events like this, allows us to experiment, essentially what this is, allows us to experiment with different types of events, right? Leading up to the election, there are not as many Trump rallies as there would be if we weren't dealing with the virus. So we're able to experiment and come out here and show you guys that patriots can organize and plan events on their own. As much as we love to see President Trump speak, we can organize on our own to show our support and build enthusiasm and momentum that way, which is just as important, guys. And your donations help us to do this. Like I said, I will be going to North Carolina tomorrow for a Trump rally, and then I'm going to Michigan a few days after that. And that's only possible because you guys send your donations. We're so grateful for that. Ann Hoover said, Mike and Zoe, you two are amazing folks. Keep it up. You will go far. Thank you very much. This is only the beginning. God doesn't make mistakes. God put us in this situation. I gave my story at the beginning. I gave my spiel, but I'll just give you a little few sound bites from it. I was not politically active even 3 years ago, but the election of Donald Trump forced me to pay attention to politics, and I started seeing his wins early on, and I started to see how unfairly the media was reporting on him. And I put on a MAGA hat, and the first time I experienced racism came from liberals who didn't like it. And on the contrary, I would go to a Trump rally and everybody would compliment my hat, even though they had on the same hat. Some of the nicest, kindest, most loving people I've met in the last 3 years all love Donald Trump. And some of the most racist, hateful, mean-spirited, and bigoted people I've met in the last 3 years all hate Trump. Coincidence? Or is the truth stranger than fiction? The media would tell you the opposite's true. Oh, you better watch your back. You better watch out if you're black. They want to just spread that fear because you can control people through that fear. So I'm blessed to be in this situation, right? Working for Right Side Broadcasting on the right side of history, doing the right thing, which is bringing you guys the truth. And the truth is, Trump supporters are amazing. They love the country. When they gather, this is what peaceably assembling looks like. Not burning and looting and murdering and rioting and calling that peaceful. Inverting truth and reality. And then, of course, showing that this is Trump support right here. Biden couldn't get this many people in a parking lot. And if he could get people in the parking lot, he wouldn't know what to say to them. Jeff Stern said, Mike, RSBN is a perfect place for you. I've been following you for 2 years. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate the support, guys. If you want to support me directly, you can type in Mike-nificent on YouTube. Just like Magnificent, except replace Mag with Mike. Mike-nificent. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or any other social media, just type in Mike-nificent813, and I should pop right up. Someone said the salt must flow. The Salty Army in the building here. I am a huge fan of that channel, by the way. And the moderators, guys, if you guys want to donate, the moderators will be updating, putting links in the chat for you guys to donate so we can go to the next event and the event after that and the event after that. Thank you for the super chat. Fairly Cope, the right way, the only way. It's just all about doing the right thing, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the chats here. They're flowing pretty quickly here. Andrew Lowe said, God bless you both, wonderful patriots. Keep speaking the truth. That's the only thing I know how to do is tell the truth. You know, everybody's told a lie in their life before, but do you feel good about it? Only someone like the Speaker of the House of the United States of America could look into a camera and lie to you confidently. It's doing the devil's work. It's just evil. These people are evil. That's all right, guys. We're going to win the spiritual warfare. God wins. God wins. Mike and what the name on YouTube? Mike-nificent. I'm telling you, just spell the word magnificent, but replace mag with Mike, and it should pop right up on YouTube. Oh, we got some super chats coming in. You guys, I'm going to read your super chats live as they come in, okay? Just because I want to make sure I'm paying attention to that. And I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name. This looks like Giannes. Thank you for giving. Thank you for your giving hearts in so many ways. Dina Marie. Dina Marie is one of my moderators on my YouTube channel. Doing great, Mike. Proud of you. Thank you so much, Dina Marie, for supporting Right Side Broadcasting. God bless you, Dina. We appreciate you. Guys, we really love this. We really love this. This is great. And guys, as you guys know, this is new. We're winging it. That's the truth of the matter here. We're just kind of going with the flow here. This is a new thing for Right Side Broadcasting, but we're going to perfect this, fine-tune it, work out the kinks, and hopefully do more events just like this. Impromptu events that are not the traditional Trump rallies that you're used to seeing, in addition to the Trump rallies that you're used to seeing. We're going to do it all between now and November 3rd, when Trump is ultimately reelected in landslide fashion, except for Democrat cheating. That's another story. We won't go down that rabbit hole right now. So we're going to check back in with Zoe over here. She's been just taking in the sights, and who could blame her over here? You know, I'm going to take a little breather and let Zoe chime in and tell you what's going on.
Thank you, Mike. I was just sitting here reading a lot of you all's comments on our live chat. I appreciate all the support that you guys are showing, both Mike and I. Of course, this is not my first rodeo being with Right Side Broadcasting. You all may have seen me at some of the earlier rallies last year, and of course, went to Oklahoma this year for after COVID-19 situation, and just seeing how Democrats and the left have used this as an opportunity to attack Trump and exaggerating COVID-19 in order to try to influence this the election coming up. It's just sad to see, but I'm glad to see that our president is moving forward and not allowing them to stop him from meeting with the people of America, and instilling into them the confidence that they need to continue supporting him and continue being a patriot unapologetically, no matter what hate may come their way, for being just a supporter of this great country, this amazing country that we live in. And it's just only by God that we are able to live freely every day when people are suffering over in other countries for even practicing their Christian faith. And it's just, we take things for granted, and it's just sad to see that, people are trying to take those rights away from us here in America today. And I tell people, I say, if you don't like it here, you should leave, okay? You should definitely leave. And a lot of times the people who say they will be leaving, they don't leave, okay? And I wonder why. All right, so all we can do is continue what we are doing, and by, for example, Mike and myself and the Right Side Broadcasting Network team, us being out here and doing things like this today, supporting our president and bringing to you all live feed of the events going on in his rallies. None of this could be done without you all, and we appreciate it tremendously. So we're just getting a look out here. We've been here for about 20 or so minutes. We're all kind of gathered here in one spot. We're supposed to make way to our final destination here soon, but we just kind of stopped to take a break, to take in the sights around us and refresh ourselves, stay hydrated. It is pretty hot out here. Our cameraman Joseph is doing a great job at holding the camera and getting you guys this live action here. But we appreciate you all again. Keep us in your prayers. Stay tuned, stay with us. We're reading your live chats. We appreciate the encouragement. If you all have any questions, of course, comment below and we'll do our best to respond. Just a lot of things that myself personally, I've been focusing on shedding light to, and that's the organization. I like to say Black Lives Matter instead of Black Lives Matter, because that's what they're founded on. They're founded on a bunch of lies, okay? Lies. And I just recently have been, doing some more investigation on who these people are and what they're about. And of course, none other than the Democratic Party being the main supporters of this Marxist organization, this hateful organization, the organization of thugs, organization of, I say, organized crime. But it's just sad to see that these things are happening here in America, and that our leaders that are supposed to protect our community, our mayors, our politicians, how they are pushing and supporting the destruction of their own city. Okay, this is unbelievable. And people ask me, and they say, "Oh, you're a sellout. Okay, you're all these derogatory slave terms because I support the president." I tell them, I've said several times, I don't have to agree with everything a political candidate says or does. However, the person that has the closest views to mine is who I'm going to vote for. Point blank period. Okay. Now, I like I said, I am for our president. He has pushed for criminal justice reform. He has pardoned individuals as well, and I have not seen that. I have not seen that, and I'm really excited to see what his fullest potential is. And you know, that's why I want to see 4 more years. You know, he's already done so much for us, and he's unapologetic. Like I said, unapologetic. And I cannot wait to see what else he has planned for America. The fight goes on. That is for sure. And here, Mike, did you have anything you want to contribute to that?
Let me chime in on that. Let me chime in. And I want to say something else to the haters out there, the haters and the critics that say, what has Trump done for you? Let me ask a question to you. When is the last time a president in office has given you the opportunity to chase your dreams? As you see, I'm on a boat here on the Potomac River with a bunch of people who support the president. Do you think this would even be remotely possible if we elected Hillary Clinton? Would there be any enthusiasm? No, we'd be rocked back to sleep by the media like brainwashed zombies and having our lives systematically destroyed as they continue to do what they do in the shadows. We don't need to go there. Sending our jobs overseas. Trump has shaken up the establishment. Whether you like it or not, the Trump presidency needed to happen. Without him being president, there would be no Right Side Broadcasting. There would be no Mike Nificent on YouTube. I would not have this platform. So for those of you that are wondering, what has Trump done for me? It's more about what God has done for me with this president in office. I was shaken awake from my slumber. I fell asleep, did not know what was going on. I was believing the fake news media. They've been caught in so many lies. They want to talk about conspiracy theories all day. Talk about, QAnon's conspiracy theory, all these different conspiracy theories. Okay, was Russiagate not a conspiracy theory? Was Covington Catholic not a conspiracy theory? Jussie Smollett? Do we need to go down the laundry list of conspiracy theories that were promoted, the hoaxes by the mainstream media that people trust, that you trust to deliver your information every day? So that's the problem is, a lot of people are so trusting. They will trust the media. They will trust the information given. They won't question it. And then they'll turn around and say, yeah. They don't want facts getting in the way. They just want to believe what makes them feel good, regardless of what's true. I believe what's true, regardless of how I feel. That is the difference, right? And ultimately, I don't see myself as a victim. I have a can-do attitude. I have a winner's mindset. And naturally, I'm going to gravitate towards things that are going to uplift and better my life as opposed to something that's just, misery loves company. Like, oh, let's just get together and be sad and angry and hate America. And, oh, we can't do it. We're oppressed. I mean, like, there's no hope in that message. That message sucks. If we're being honest, that message sucks. And it's designed to keep you in that exact same mindset, the exact same situation. Imagine thinking in your mind that Joe Biden is going to improve your life. Imagine thinking that Kamala Harris wants to be elected to improve your life. No, they need your problems to persist so they can justify them staying in power. They don't want to solve the problem. I always give this example when I talk to my followers on YouTube. I say, okay, let's say you go to the doctor and you have some kind of illness. You meet 2 different doctors. There's a doctor that's going to sell you the treatment and the doctor that's going to sell you the cure. Which doctor is going to make more money? The doctor that's going to sell you the treatment because it's ongoing. You have to keep coming back. That is essentially every politician. They want your problems to persist so that you have to continue coming back. So while they talk about all the people who can't, they talk about minimum wage and all that stuff, people who can't make a decent living, a livable wage, they talk about stuff. They need those problems to persist so they can continue their reign of power. They always need a boogeyman. That's why their goal is not to end racism. Their goal is to promote racism and fear. They need you fearful. They need you afraid because then they can justify their power. It's that simple. So for you haters and critics out there, you tell me, when's the last time your life was good? When's the last time a politician or the election of a politician or the general climate or atmosphere around a politician or event has improved your life? Beautiful out here, guys.
Thank you, Mike, for sharing that. But yeah, just to add on what he was saying, I'm tired. I'm tired of the lies from the left. I'm tired of the narrative, the false narrative that if you're black, you're supposed to be a Democrat. You're supposed to believe this way. You're supposed to believe that way. And no, I don't. Okay, I do not. I'm an individual. First of all,
And you ain't black.
exactly. Then I'm not, exactly, Joe. You were incorrect by that. And it's even more so. After he said something like that, you would think that people will come to realize and see the lies that are being told to them in front of their right in front of their faces. And it just shows. It shows how some of America is just deceived, okay? So deceived. And they're allowing themselves to be easy targets for Satan and for his ultimate plan to destroy lives, to destroy anything that has to do with God. And they are allowing themselves to be instruments, tools for Satan to use. And it's just going back to, you can look at it so many ways, and I know there's some people who are conservatives and they may not identify as a Christian, but you have to look at, when you step back and look at all of this, all roads lead to God. If you step back and look at all of this, we need God in this country. And the Bible, even in the Bible, talks about if you would repent, if you would turn from your ways, God will heal our land. God will take over. God will restore peace back in this country. But we have to turn to Him first. We have to turn to Him first, and there's no other way. There's no other way to do it. But anyways, guys, I could talk about this all day, and that's what we intend to do. We intend to continue speaking the truth and shedding light to the lies. Again, the lies that the left liberals, the Church of the Latter-day Liberals, have been telling us for years, and we're done with it. We're tired, and just gonna look over here on the live chat here, seeing that you all are donating. We all appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Shout out to, let's see here, we have Mr. Tix. He said, Mike is on fire. God bless. This is what news should look and sound like. Love it. Following Mike's channel. Thank you so much, Mr. Tix, for that donation and for your support for us. We appreciate it. Any of the encouraging words that you all have to share, anything that God has laid on your heart to share, please send it, and we will do our best to respond and comment with you all. Looks like we have JNBD sent a donation. He said, at Right Side Broadcasting Network, reasons no counter demonstrations is people who don't work on, or I'm sorry. He said, thanks for being in God's army. Sorry about that, guys. Just clicked off of it for a second. But thank you so much for your donation. We appreciate you. We appreciate the encouraging words, guys. It means a lot to us. Kathleen, she said, thank you for reporting truth with integrity and grace. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for your donation and for your encouraging words. And we have here, let's see who else we have here. Yeah, so guys, keep them coming in. Thank you so much for all of the donations, all of the comments, all of the encouragement. One more here, Dr. Shrums. He says, you guys always do an outstanding job. God, country, and Donald Trump 2020 and beyond. Thank you so much. And yes, keep that support coming. Keep that momentum going, guys. We have until November 3rd, okay? Up and even after. Yes, keep it going even after the election. But right now, we need to put everything we have into getting our president reelected, shedding light on the darkness, on the lies that have been told by the left. And situations like Nancy Pelosi, the situation that she got herself in, it's only going to start happening even more. You're going to start seeing the lies being exposed on the media. You're going to start seeing these leaders, these so-called leaders, come down, being exposed for the wrongs that they've been doing for years and that they've been trying to get away with. And it's time. It's honestly time for these people to go down for what they've been trying to do. And I'm happy to see people in America supporting someone who wants to bring light to the darkness. And that is President Trump, with God's hand on him, preparing him for what is to come, prayerfully another 4 years. So I'm going to look on here again once more on the live chat. I see you guys are active. We appreciate you all and everything you have to say. That is encouraging. Even some of you who have negative things to say, of course, you can say whatever you like, but God has the final say. We're going to stay strong. We're going to look to God for our encouragement and other people around us who are supporters of our president as well. But here we are, Mike. Let's see here.
I'm wondering if we can get some of the boats that are behind us here. We'll see if we can maneuver our cameraman down here. Excuse us, sir. We just want to get the back of the boat here and see if we can get, I don't know if he can get it from where he's at or if he has to move back. But guys, if you can just see behind me here, there is a lot of boats back here. So the parade has really kicked into full gear here. You see all the boats along the side of us, the ones ahead of us. But if you look back there, there's probably a good 30, 40 boats just behind us. So this is incredible. This is a huge one. I don't know if this will set the record because the one in Clearwater Beach, Florida was massive. I think that one might hold the record. I know there was one in Austin, Texas yesterday. And tragically, a couple of boats sank, but I don't think anyone was injured, at least not seriously. But there was a big boat event yesterday in Austin, Texas. You also had one in Ohio and other places around the country. But look behind us here, guys. Look at all of these boats. Look at all this patriotism out on the water on a Sunday. People waving at us over here. Lots of different flags out here. It's just all love, man. I guarantee you, I could go as a black man, for all the haters out there, I could go to get on any one of these boats. The first thing they do is offer me a beer, water, some food, and show me some love. They wouldn't be like, what's your gender? Or what do you think about this? Because we're not focused on that. That's weird stuff that you'll find on the left commonly. Identity politics. It's all they care about over there, man. This is love. This is patriotism. This is a peaceful protest. If you ever saw one. The Potomac River at Washington, D.C., guys. I see the Capitol up ahead. I see the Washington Monument. We are coming right into D.C. This just feels good, guys, and I'm blessed to be where I am. Thank God. Thank God for Trump. Thank God for Trump's election. Thank God for our future. Just be grateful, guys. If you woke up today, if you got all your fingers, you should be grateful. Not focusing on all the hatred and what you don't have. All sad stuff, guys. All right, guys. Let's see here. Let me look at some of these chats here. You guys, these chats are coming in, rolling in fast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Trump 2020. Let me see. I had to hold my phone in the shade here so I can read some of these chats. And guys, if you have any questions for myself or Zoe, put it in the chat. I want to be engaged with the viewers because you guys are the ones that are boosting this up in the algorithms on YouTube. I see we got 7,000 people watching and 6,000 likes. So guys, if you're watching this live, I need you to do me a favor. Like this stream. Like it. Because it will move up in the algorithms. More people will see it. It'll bring more eyeballs to the channel and to this feed right here. But let me see here. Patriots are happy. Patriots are the happy people. We've got power. Vote in person. Yes, guys. Vote in person. Let's see here. Veterans for Trump 2020. Trump is anti-war president. After watching Riding the Dragon documentary, I suspect China and Biden's are threatening war. Trump is the first president in my lifetime to not start a war. Jack S., thank you for the super chat. Seeing you two gives me so much hope for the future and our country. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Robert with the super chat. Thank you. Tim M., you guys are doing great. Keep God first. Trump 2020. Thank you, Mike, Zoe, and everybody at RSBN. We appreciate you. Jack S., thank you to the new member, Kathy Shepard. Welcome aboard. Doc Shrum, you guys always do an outstanding job. God, country, and Donald Trump 2020 and beyond. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for donating and supporting us. Make sure you smash that like button. I never saw a president get a boat parade before. This is awesome. You know, you bring up an amazing point. I've never seen that either. And I don't think we'll ever see it again. This is possibly a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I could see us keeping it going with Don Jr. in 2024 if he runs. But, you know, for right now, let's just enjoy this. Let's ride this wave, literally and figuratively, of this support for Trump. Like I said, support for Biden like this does not exist. It simply doesn't exist. Oh, guys, we're having a little difficulty here. Hang with me 1 second. We're going to go to the back of the boat so you guys can see all the boats that are following us. But we got to untangle some cords here. All right, let's head to the back of the boat. Very back of the boat here. Okay, guys, take a look back there. The cameraman's going to get a good shot of all of those boats back there following us. Look at this. Look at this boat parade on the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. All these people, all these patriots supporting Trump, while the media is telling you Biden's up in the polls. His support is surging. Find me 10 Biden voters in one room and see if they're paid off. See if they're enthusiastic. Or they just can't wait to vote against Trump. This is what I'm talking about. This is true American patriotism right here. Right here on Right Side Broadcasting. We're bringing it to you live with no media spin. We have our bias? Sure, of course we do. We're pro-America. We're pro-God. We're pro-freedom. We're pro-Constitution. First Amendment, Second Amendment. And all these patriots agree. Not just here, but everywhere else in America. Coast to coast, you can find support like this for Trump. And remember, guys, vote in person. Vote in person. If Nancy Pelosi can get her hair done without a mask, you can vote in person. That's a fact. Nancy Pelosi got her hair did, so you can go vote in person. None of this mail-in ballot nonsense, because we all know what that is. Every single ballot that gets turned in will coincidentally be for Joe Biden. Let's just call it what it is. So if I had to guess, I would say we're maybe a mile or so out from our final destination. And then we'll be doing some interviews with people. It'd be nice to interview these people on these boats, some of these patriots, but be a little difficult at this present time. But I think once we get to the final destination, there's going to be a rally, so to speak, and opportunity to interview some people. Whoa, I see some super chats coming in here. Ed Montague, thank you. My MAGA hat goes out to you at RSBN for sharing the truth about President Trump to the world, to show how the CCP and leftist media is lying to everyone. Yeah, it's not just them, it's Hollywood. It's all the celebrities and entertainers, as they've ruined everything, guys. Ruined everything. Do you remember when you used to be able to just turn on a baseball game, a football game, a basketball game, and not be beat over your head with propaganda? This is why their ratings suck. This is why Major League Baseball is failing. This is why the NBA is failing. This is why Hollywood fails. Because they've engaged in a political ideology. They're promoting it, trying to hard sell it to people, lecturing us from their mansions about how terrible we are. It's like, who are these people? They've destroyed everything. All of our institutions, man. I just miss the good old days. Make America great again does not have to be a political statement. It applies to all aspects of life right now. Bring back our jobs. Bring back the nuclear family. You know, get this woke nonsense out of our sports. I don't want to embrace the woke insanity. I don't know about you, but I'm good. I'm going to pass on that. I'm sick of everything's racist. Let's ban everything. Aunt Jemima, old Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is racist. Come on, man. At some point, enough is enough. This is what we want. We want an America like this. I'm on a boat, guys, because Trump is president. Not because Hillary, not because Biden. Shout out to, hold on here, Carrie. Welcome aboard. Thank you for becoming a member of Right Side Broadcasting. Alexis Bohr said, you'll never see this many people who own boats in a socialist country. Big facts. Very true. Pat Brooks, thank you for the super chat. Aiden Gutierrez, I hope I pronounced that right. Aiden. Joanne G, thank you for the super chat. Great broadcast. You are great Americans. And I believe we have another one that I might have missed. They're coming in hot and heavy. They're coming in fast, guys. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm caught up on super chats. I'm trying to, I wish my phone could vibrate or something when they came in, but I'm watching the chat, guys. And if you have any questions for myself or Zoe, we will answer them for you live. However, I will specify that the best way to get our attention would be via super chat because it does pop up, but we will answer your questions, any questions you guys have. Otherwise, you guys can follow us on our social media. You can email me directly, mikenificent813@gmail.com. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Mike Nificent. Just replace Mag with Mike. Mike Nificent. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and other social media. Parler, BitChute. Just type in Mike Nificent813. Let's see what we got here. Who put this event on? I am not sure. Somebody put the event on. I don't have their name right now, but just the short answer is Patriots put this event on. Grassroots organization of an event, as of a Trump event. Herbert Laughlin, thank you for the great words. God bless you, Herbert. Kismet, please vote in person and tell others. Thank you for your super chat. This is a great time, guys. We've got a very big audience watching right now, guys. We're going to make this country great again. We are going to re-elect Donald Trump. Don't let the left lie to you. Don't be intimidated by their threats. Hillary Clinton talking about Joe Biden better not concede no matter what. We're still waiting on her to concede. We're still waiting on Stacey Abrams to concede. See, they're sore losers. They can't accept the fact that nobody supports their ideas. Their ideas are terrible. That's why they have to hard sell you on them. That's why they have to use their militant black shirts to destroy cities. You know, Michelle Obama said it's, you know, expect this to continue. Kamala Harris said it's going to continue even after the election. Let's see, guys. Trying to keep up with super chats, with messages coming in from the boss here. But again, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're on the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. for a Trump boat parade. We've got, at minimum, I'd say about 100 boats, probably more than that. And Right Side Broadcasting, this is not something that we have done before, so we're experimenting, navigating new waters, literally, figuratively, and everything in between. And we're working out the fine tune in the kinks here. We're going to get this right. We hope to bring you more events like this, but your donations go a long way. So make sure you guys donate, support us any way you can. This is essentially like fundraising for us. We've got Trump events coming up in North Carolina. I'll be going to a MAG rally in Winston-Salem, and then I'm turning around and going to Michigan right after that. I won't be home until next Friday, guys, and there may even be a Trump event next weekend. Who knows? This president does not sleep. He works around the clock, and so do we at Right Side Broadcasting, on the right side of history, doing the right thing, bringing you guys the truth. So let's see here. Let me get back to the chat. Freeland, Michigan. That's where the next event will be after the one in North Carolina. Thank you to whoever put that in the chat. Trying to keep up with everything here. Let's see. Happy holiday weekend. Trump 2020, says Young Luca. D. Harrell said, sink the Antifa inner tubes. I don't think there's any Antifa out here. I can't imagine they can swim that well. Yeah. This river is void of any leftists, to my knowledge. Look at this little boat right here. See, we even got little jet skis out here, guys, with the Trump flags, the American flags. I'm overwhelmed by the patriotism out here. People just loving the president.
He's got an outfit on.
Yeah, he's got a whole outfit. It's a beautiful sight to see. What do you think of this parade so far?
I think it's fantastic. It should be that Trump deserves as much backing as he can get because he has done so much for the American people, and he's brought them out of what I consider poverty because all these other countries say they don't need to take us by war, they can take us financially. And if Biden gets in there, darn if we aren't going to see China taking over financially. They're already doing it in Canada. They've bought as much of Canada as they can keep buying, and that's why Canadian prices have gone up outrageous. And I've dreamed and waited for a businessman for a president, and I am so happy that we have him because he's somebody you can look up to. I mean, he's made his mistakes in his own business, but now he's coming across and straightening out the mistakes that his predecessors have made. And he's making America first, and that's what we need in the United States. Had no idea as bad as our predecessors have taken our country down and given it away. And it's time we take it back.
Yeah.
And
what do you think about spineless Biden? You know, he would not stand up to China, would he?
No, not at all. He won't stand up to China. The Democratic Party won't even put him into a debate with Trump because they're afraid he's going to put his foot in his mouth and say something that he shouldn't say. And also, he's a career politician that's never, ever passed a bill. Only thing he does is vote on bills. And that's not a person that we want, is not a thinker and somebody that's going to bring up the country and come up with good ideas.
What do you think about his stupid and cheesy campaign slogan, Build Back Better? Is he really going to build back better when his voters are destroying everything?
Oh, God. Him building back better means to give away everything that we have. And I don't see how that's building back better, giving away everything, giving all of our Social Security to anybody that wants to come into this country, legal or not, and giving a voting right to anybody that comes in this country that can come in on a vacation and still vote. And I think that's atrocious. American citizens, I have a 19-year-old grandson that's in the Marine Corps, and he's going to vote for his first time because he was in boot camp when he came in. And our military is amazing. I watched all these different cadets coming in. I know a lot of officers and a lot of Secret Service and everything, and the Secret Service can't get over why the Democrats are trying to make Trump fail when you want your country to do well. So why burden him down with false accusations to try to impeach a man that's, if you just let him do his job, and we could be on top again like we always were. We always thought we were, and now we need to continue.
Yeah. One of the things you mentioned was that, Trump came from a business background. He's got lots of experience in the private sector, and that's putting it lightly, right?
Yeah.
And yet his opponent, who's never created a job in his life other than the job for his son Hunter. By the way, where is Hunter?
Right. Yeah.
Hunter Biden is the only job he's ever created, right? And yet he seems to think he knows how to rebuild the American economy after it's been destroyed and ultimately destroyed even further by his allies in the media spreading lies and fear constantly. So what do you think about the fact that the people who know nothing want you to believe that they know everything and they can build back better?
That is amazing because of the media coming out. Trump has very few stations that are supporting him, and he should have far more. And the very liberal Democrats seem to rule the airways, and all the most of the politicians seem to be pushing against Trump, and I don't understand. Have they even looked at what Biden is offering? And it doesn't make any sense. I'm sitting here, we're looking at all these nice boats and everything, and everybody's, Democrats probably saying, oh, well, they're all rich Republicans. No, we're not. We all worked 60, 70 hours a week, to get the money to buy the toys that we want. But we did it because we're businessmen. I was in business for 61 years. And Carlton, my brother-in-law, he works 75, 80 hours a week to have what he has. And that's what I know most of these people. Most of them are entrepreneurs, and if they're not, they just work a lot of overtime to enjoy themselves, and they don't need to be taken away by some government saying, okay, well, you got to pay more taxes and give more money to the people that aren't working for bettering this country.
Exactly. Yeah, who are these people? They're always wrong but never in doubt, right?
Yeah.
They're telling us what to do and how to live our lives, but they don't live to those standards, Rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, prime example. Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. The list goes on and on and on. It's really easy to force close the economy off of Dr. Fauci's opinion when you know that your job won't be in jeopardy. It's always the politicians that are comfortable. No matter how the American economy goes, a politician's always going to get paid. And that's the problem. That's why we love Donald J. Trump, right? Because he does not even take a salary. He donates his salary. I trust a politician. A billionaire becomes a politician as opposed to a politician that becomes a millionaire.
Yeah.
And that's what you see with these career politicians, the swamp creatures like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Dianne Feinstein, Maxine Waters. These are the swamp creatures that need to be drained from the swamp. They need to be voted out. What do you think about how the election's going to shape up in November?
Well, I think Democrats are definitely going to vote Nancy Pelosi in, and she's the crux of most of the problems with the Democratic Party. She supposedly runs it, and it's not to the welfare of the United States by any means. And Trump, I honestly think he's going to make it because if people actually look at the statistics and what he's doing and not listening to these false allocations that he's downtrodden the different races and he's all white American, but he isn't. He's raised the living standards of everybody, and he's tried to bring everybody in under one cloak. And most Trump supporters are extremely nice and giving people. And I think that comes from Trump wanting to be giving. I mean, I've never given to a president before in my life, but I've given to Trump because I think he deserves it. I've actually done some work for Trump in his golf course in Northern Virginia, but I learned from his foreman that don't think Trump is going to bend over and take your price. He's going to take the best price as long as it's good quality, and he's going to hold you to it. And that's the way the country should be run.
Amen. God bless you. Well, thank you for interviewing me today. And your name is Barry, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for interviewing with us, guys. All right, so, guys, we are approaching what I believe will be our final destination here. We're going to pull up in docks somewhere near the White House, the Capitol maybe. I'm not very geographically savvy, but I know that we are pulling into Washington, D.C. As you can see over here to the left, we got the monument. The monument's right there. We're getting pretty close. This water's getting real choppy. But this has been a very fun day, guys. I could not ask for a better day to be out here on a Sunday with the sun shining, with Right Side Broadcasting. I don't know where Zoe disappeared to, but we're going to get her back on because I know you guys miss hearing from her too. And once we get off the boat here, I think we're going to do some interviews. Zoe's back in the building. What's going on, Zoe? We'll see if Zoe wants to give you guys a few words and maybe read some super chats because I got to go charge my phone here, guys. Zoe's going to take over here in a second, but is that a Secret Service up there? Helicopter going by? The police. Yeah, guys, it's about 80 degrees out here. I'm sweating. Gotta get some water, gotta get some AC down there. But while we're waiting for Zoe to take over, I'm gonna read a few more super chats and then she's gonna pick up where I left off here. So let's see. We got Triple Tricks Gaming. Republicans work for a living. I dreamed of Trump being POTUS, and he is best. He's the best POTUS ever. God bless Trump and all of you. Thank you very much. This one I actually cannot pronounce at all, this name, so forgive me, but it's young patriots like you and Zoe that will keep America great. Keep up the good work. We've got Herbert, I think did you send another super chat? Thank you for that super chat. I'm not sure if that's your same one or a new one, but thank you. We got American Patriotana. Great job, Mike and Zoe. Thanks for RSBN for all the live streams, watching you guys while moving. I'm part of our president's real estate boom. Only in a free America. God bless you. God bless the USA. All right, guys. Thank you very much. All lives matter. Yes, they do. All lives matter. That's a factually true statement, and it includes black lives. But you know what the BLM crowd says? They say all lives can't matter until black lives matter. Okay, well, then I guess we're in trouble because there's still a lot of black people being killed by other black people, but just saying. All lives matter. Absolutely. And if there's any trolls in the chat, please explain to me how all lives don't matter. Because I know you guys are out there. Lynn Snow, thank you very much for the super chat. All human lives matter. Guys, we're in the process of trying to get we're doing some things right now where we can keep our power going. You know, we're used to being plugged in a stationary spot. So we're going to move to the back of the boat here momentarily. We got the cord here. Okay. Well, okay. Thank you guys for bearing with us here while we improvise. We improvise on the fly. That's what we do here. This is actually a much better shot here because you can see the boats behind us as we head into the DC area. It's a little bit more shaded back here as well. And I have a better view of my screen. It's not just the sun's not blaring on it. Let's see here. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Right Side Broadcasting today on this beautiful Sunday on the Potomac River.
Just hold it where it's looking back.
On the Potomac River here in Washington, D.C. This is a Make America Great Again Trump boat parade on the Potomac River. And your donations go a long way, guys. We will read your super chats on air, and we will answer any questions you have. And we appreciate you guys bearing with us as we try to find power to keep our cameras rolling here. Oh. Yeah, guys, we're getting close to the White House here. Guys, I'm controlling the camera right now too. So I hope I'm doing a good job here. But if I could pan around, we got some helicopters around. I could pan around here. Just waiting on my cameraman here, guys. I'm the cameraman and the correspondent. Oh, here he's back. He's back here.
We're gonna have to go to the side.
Okay, we're gonna move over to the side here, guys. We got to keep power on this. Keep this bad boy going. All right. All right, guys, I'm gonna pass it back to Zoe here, guys, and she's gonna give you some commentary here on the boat.
Thank you, Mike. I was just speaking to Barry here, the stepson of the owner of this boat, who is gracious enough to allow us to be on here today, bringing this live feed to you guys. But he was just explaining to me a little bit on his beliefs, political beliefs, and where he's coming from on his as far as the issues that are going on here in America. Barry, go ahead.
Yes, I'm glad to be here again. I kind of wish my wife was here because she is far more up on everything, but I have the questions that I'm going, now, what kind of country are we going to have if D.C. tears down all our monuments? Who's going to allow that? It's not something I know of any American that wants. Not everybody was great their whole life. Maybe they had some indiscretions that may have made them unwelcome, but in all, some people do a lot more good than they ever do one thing bad. And to take away everybody's life and their accomplishments because Nancy Pelosi or some other Democratic person decides, oh, well, we will get rid of that. And then when we have all of the new politicians being sponsored by, I believe it's a Czechoslovakian gentleman that is a multi-billionaire, and he's using all of his money to try to ruin the United States. And I'm going, how are they letting this happen? And how is the American people letting something like that? And it's just beyond me that there's not the majority of the American people standing up for their own rights. I mean, everybody wants to have a say. And I think this is fantastic that I finally get to get off my chest how people are being naive and just go someplace and stand up for our rights and say, hey, this is not the American way. This is not the America that I grew up and loved. I want this America to continue. I don't want to be overrun by other people. and I don't want China to end up owning us like they own Canada. It's, everybody has always said, well, they don't have to conquer us. They just have to wait us out and buy us out. And we're letting them do it. And I think we ought to get on our hind horses and take back everything. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, what do you have to say? What are your opinions on, for example, with President Trump? I tell people I'm not voting for the personality. I'm voting for the policy. Okay. So what do you have to say to people who seem to want to point out Trump as him personally? When he was in New York, businessman in New York, want to kind of discredit him for being a politician, someone worth being a leader here for us. But what do you have to say? What are your opinions on that?
Well, I know Trump as a businessman because I am a former businessman. I just retired in April after 61 years. And I've actually did some work on his golf course here in Northern Virginia, and I talked, his foreman out here said, don't think you're ever going to get rich with Trump. He is going to keep you down to your decent price, and you're going to have to do excellent work. And I've known that about Trump in the past because he can sit on one skyscraper building and look across at another one that they're doing work on and go, oh, that balcony's not straight, not level. And he's got an eye, and being in the building business myself, I have that same eye. I can walk into my shop and immediately say, oh, my guy's doing it wrong, and I have to correct him. But that's what Trump does. He makes sure that we get our money's worth and get it done right. And he's not going to pay any exorbitant price. There's no $700 hammer or $1,000 toilet. That's not going to happen, And we're going to get a decent amount of work done with a decent amount of price. Yeah.
And there is nothing wrong with being a businessman and using your experience to instill here in America and values and order. But so Mike and I, we were talking earlier about one of the issues that are taking place right now with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. What are your opinions on that?
Well, I have a lot of nice Black friends, and I have Asian, and my community is starting to become more Oriental, which is fine. They're very nice neighbors. And I have no problem with different nationalities or sexes. I mean, gays, lesbians, I have no problem with them. As a matter of fact, I like them. They're fun if you just take them for who they are.
Yeah, and no judgment based on color. That is not what we're about. And for people to say that our president is racist, and and it's funny to me when I asked, I said, oh, what makes him racist? What did he say? They never are able to convey to me the exact words that he said that would deem him or condemn him as a racist. And it's just sad to me that it seems as if they're just going off of the media, not further educating themselves on what's going on. They're just being fed the lies, and they have no problem with accepting it. And that's why, we have a lot of the problems that we have today with people taking on that victim mentality, lack of responsibility. The left liberals want to promote love, be whoever you are, acceptance, yet if you don't agree with them, they will fire you. They will try to kick you out of places. They will try to destroy your life just because you don't have the same views as they. And that's what's so great about America. We're able to have opposing views. We're able to. There's different people. This is a melting pot. There's different people wherever you go. Different religions, different beliefs, which is great. You have that right, innate right, to promote or to stand for, to become an activist or whatever, for whatever you believe. However, you still have to remain respectful. You still have to consider what someone else might be saying genuinely, and not try to discredit or disprove them, and then try to attack their intellect because you feel as if they don't agree with you. I think it's really sad that we've gotten to that point. Family members, have you experienced anything like that with family members showing your
Not family members,
friends,
more as employees, because in the construction business there's a lot of turnover. But then you find people traveling and getting to your area and working for you, and I teach them my way first, and then I say, all right, if now you've learned my way, if you can do a better way that's better for you and you understand it better, go for it. And I let them be their own boss, and they tend to stay with me for 10, 15 years. And because I retired, I hated it, but I had to let some people go.
Let go and let God, as they say. Let go and let God. It's out of your control.
And I tried my best to get them jobs with other competitors, and I did. And I feel good about that, because if they were loyal to me, then I'm going to be very loyal to them. And were months where the business was really down, and I paid them out of my own savings, and that's why they are loyal to me, because I kept their payroll. And Trump is loyal to his people. Yeah, and
like what he said. I attended his rally before he became president. But he said, "I'm not the president of the world. I'm the president of the United States of America. America first." And there is no problem with putting your country first. That's why we have a president. Okay, yeah. And we are accepting of people coming to this country. Like I said, this country is a melting pot. Yes, you're welcome to come here, but yes, there are rules that you have to abide by. Yes, I would like to drive around without my license and insurance and having to pay that every month. I would like to travel the country without a passport, but no, there are rules, and you have to abide by those rules. And we have law and order for a reason. And just to see how, like I said, liberals, Democrats trying to destroy everything that America fought for to get to this point, to where I'm able to sit here with you right now and have this conversation, and I just think that we take things for granted, and we are not appreciative of what we have, what God blessed us with here in this country. And it's even the younger generation, I try to, be a better influence and talk to people who may not be in agreement with Trump or with our president, even younger people. But, you have to just realize that a lot of these people have been for years taught by their parents, taught by their grandparents, this victim, like what Mike was saying earlier, this victim mentality, lack of responsibility, lack of taking on the responsibility for your own actions, your own decisions. You're responsible for your own success. Don't blame anybody else for your failures. Don't look back 400 plus years or however many years and say, oh, this is why I don't have this today. This is why I need the government to blah, 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 blah. No. Okay. God gave us all the tools that we need to become successful. America's not a perfect place, just like any other place, not a perfect place. We are working through all those flaws right now, but you're always going to have bad people no matter where you go. But that's why even more so is important to keep God in this country, to keep God's name alive. And like he says in the Bible, he will heal the land. He will bless you. If you repent, if you turn from your ways, if you follow him, he will do these things for you. But Barry, yes, I really enjoy conversing with other supporters, and it's encouraging to me to see you all do what you do in your personal decisions in your everyday life to continue to push God in this country and support people who do. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you all for having us out here on your boat as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think both of y'all are great to talk to, very easy to talk to. And I finally got to get off my chest what I always wanted to say. I would say to my wife, and she said, yeah. But there's not enough people saying it. They don't seem to find a medium to do it in. And I finally got a medium to do it in. And the only other thing that bothers me is, like my youngest daughter and her husband, they're college graduates and everything, but they're diehard Democrats. It seems like the colleges are turning out nothing but Democrats. And Carlton's youngest grandson just graduated from college a year ago, and we asked him how many Republicans were there. One in his whole class. All the rest were Democrats because he didn't hang around. He did his schoolwork and went home.
And honestly, it starts with, to add to what you're saying, it starts with the educational institutions, indoctrination, reconditioning. That is one of the reasons why my mother was so adamant about homeschooling us, to keep us from being influenced by the ways of the world. She always taught to put God first. Everything else comes afterwards. God will look out for you, okay? He's not going to let you fall and let you fail in this world, because he placed you in this world, but he said what? We're not of this world. So she always would remind us that, hey, as long as you put God first, then there's nothing else to worry about. Nothing else to worry about.
Make a mistake and pick yourself up and learn a new way, and then finally you find out there's nothing more than God, family, and country.
And then you see how they took prayer out of school, and you're just talking about how your loved ones, how they saw, like, at the educational institution, how most people that are coming out of these liberal universities, these whatever, they are being indoctrinated with false narrative. And it's sad. It's sad, and it's important that yes, you can still go to these institutions, but don't let your voice be silenced by that majority that might be there, and just at least use that opportunity to indeed speak out.
When I was going to college, we had young Republicans, and it was so you let everybody have their own views. That was no big deal, but it didn't turn out to be a turn over the country.
Exactly. Many more things to speak on, but we're passing here on the right looking. Mike just pointed out that there are some protesters. Who you are, Mike?
We got some people who are not fans of Trump. As you can see, they're focused on what they don't want. They're saying bye Dawn, and what they don't like. See, that's what I say. They always focus on what they don't want. And when you focus on that, you're going to get more of it. So continue it. Continue your focus on hating Trump as opposed to supporting Joe Biden. Instead of being anti-Trump, why can't you just be pro-Biden if he's so amazing? We got this lady shouting at us. It's kind of insane over here, guys. We've got a lot of angry people. Again, like I said at the beginning, we're happy. We're over here smiling, having a good time. These people are full of vitriol and hate and anger and animosity. Does that make the world a better place? I don't understand. The BLM crowd, as they burn cities down, run people out of restaurants, attack Rand Paul. What is that doing to make America a better place? Does that get people on your side? Does that make people want to support you? Or does that build resentment? Does that make Black lives better when you destroy Minneapolis and Kenosha and Portland and Chicago and Philadelphia? Does that actually make Black lives matter? Because if it does, I'd love to hear why. But they don't have that answer, guys. They really don't. All they can do is try to spread their visceral hatred on the river. They're triggered, in other words. They're triggered. They don't like it. And it only highlights what I've been saying all along, that we are on the right side of history. When you look at history, things that got done through positivity and love and working together, coming together as a country, not through violence and animosity and anger. So as we're getting closer to D.C., as expected, we would see some more anger, more protesters. So we saw a few Black Lives Matter protesters there along the river here, different parts of the river. And I think we're almost wrapping up. We got to be. I think we're getting closer. You can see the Washington Monument is right over there. It's in plain view now. It's beautiful. So we just had a few protesters out here, guys. Not too many, but they definitely shouted some things at us. They wanted us to know we're here and we don't like you. But over here, you see, we got some positivity over here. Hey, guys. See, friendly faces, make America great again. And I don't know if this cord is wrapped up, tangled, or what. Let me see. Bear with me here, guys. I need to keep my phone charged so that I can read your super chats. I'm going to pull the chat back up here shortly. But my phone was about dead, and now I've got it charging here. Okay. Okay, freedom or death. I hope y'all are loving the shutdown of the country, your masks, and the deadly vaccines, all fully funded and pushed. Oh, wow. Okay, that's quite a super chat. Thank you for your super chat, but I'm not going to honor the rest of that, what you're saying there. Judith said, November 3rd is my birthday, and the only gift I want is for Trump to be president for 4 more years. Keep up the good work, right side. God bless the USA. Thank you very much. God bless you. We appreciate the super chat. We appreciate the super chat of somebody who wanted to, spread some anger and lies ultimately. But hey, you just donated to Right Side Broadcasting. Thank you very much, sir, whatever your name was, that allowed us to do this. Freedom or death. Thank you very much. Your donation is going to go directly towards us doing our next event. So thank you. Oh, thank you very much. You have such kind words. Trump 2020, though, it's kind of weird. I find it a little weird that if you're so anti-Trump, why are you watching a Right Side Broadcasting live stream? Shouldn't you be watching a pro-Joe Biden live stream? It's just the weirdest thing to me. Like, they'll go to your videos, they'll downvote it because they're miserable. You're miserable. If all you can do is spread negativity, then you're an unhappy person. So I'll just pray for you. Yes, your message was deleted. Good. And again, thank you for your super chats. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Greta said, love our wonderful president. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. You guys have a lot of positive comments. I'm going to focus on that. We're going to focus on positivity here and unity. It's so weird and goofy. These trolls, they want to spend all of their waking hours hating someone who doesn't even know they exist. And, we're going to focus on love and positivity. So who else we got in the chat here, guys? As I think we're going to be wrapping up here soon. We should be. Trump 2020. Look at the beautiful sights here. I've seen DC plenty times, a couple times in person, and a few times on TV, plenty times on TV actually, and you never really get the sights the way you do when you're on the river. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a gorgeous day out here, beautiful weather, beautiful people, patriotism, support for the president, and without God, none of this is possible, man. I would not be on this boat if not for God and not for President Trump being president.
Black lives matter.
All lives matter. God bless you. God bless. That's all you can say. The response to Trump is Black Lives Matter. Come on. Come on, man. Trump 2020. Some of the haters, we're starting to see them. They're coming out, They shake their head in disappointment. In general, the left hates the idea that there are other ideas. You literally have to think what they want you to think, or they just don't get sleep at night. I don't care what other people think. You can support whoever you want. I'm not going to lose sleep. I'm not going to stop and scream at you at a traffic light because I'm not a goofball. That's just weird stuff to do. That's just my take on things, guys. I think we had another super chat come in. Luciano, only morons donate to causes they don't like. Proud of you, Mike. You're magnificent. RSBN is lucky to have you on their team. Thank you very much, Luciano, one of my supporters from my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. You're absolutely right. It is very weird and strange what we're seeing. It's a phenomenon, in fact. The Trump derangement syndrome, the hatred for this president that's doing amazing things, only just further validates it. We're on the right side of this. We're doing the right things. If they're not mad at you, you're not doing enough. They hate us because they ain't us. Look at these boats, guys. We found some shade over here, so I think we might give you guys this view for a few minutes here. It's starting to heat up here. Cameraman needs shade, so do I. But check this out, guys. Washington, D.C., the Potomac River. Beautiful Sunday. And a Trump boat parade, one of many that took place on this beautiful Labor Day weekend. Yeah. There's our captains there. Thank you very much, Doug and Fred. We appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you for allowing us on your boat today. Hey, guys. See, man, that's what I'm talking about. Friendly faces, waves. Isn't that the world you want to live in? Or do you want to live in a world where people hold up signs, spitting, running you out of restaurants? I don't know about you, but that version of America sucks. I want no part of it. It's never been more clear who to vote for in 2020. Not that that's necessarily going to end what they're doing, but it's a firm, you know, we're not going to stand for it. You can't bully, threaten, or beat us into supporting these horrible policies, these Democrat policies, and a candidate who's barely alive. Let's just be real. You give him a teleprompter and he still screws that up. He leaves his basement to give a 12-minute speech and he gaffes. He said some of the most horrible, vile things ever, and they just overlook it. You know, they come out of the woodworks with all these hoaxes, hoax after hoax. Oh, Trump said something about the troops 2 years ago. And then they report it as news. They're like, he allegedly said something. Okay, produce the audio. We've been waiting for you guys to produce the audio. I'm still waiting on all the audio. Oh, he said the N-word this time. Omarosa has a video of him saying it. Okay, where's it at? And why didn't she bring it out years ago? I love how people are shouting their opinions from the side of the other side of the river, guys. It's amazing to watch. I swear, I'm not just saying this, but if it were me and I didn't like Biden and there was a Biden rally on the river, I'm not going to go out of my way to shout and yell obscenities at strangers. Really weird stuff, actually. I've had some not so nice people inbox me, people saying weird stuff. It's borderline creepy. And of course the media loves it. They love it. So we're just going to continue parading around here. We've got our BLM crowd over here. They don't look very happy. We'll wave at them anyway. God bless you anyway. So they can't even wave back. I've seen so many signs over the years. I've seen signs that say, love Trump's hate. But I've also been yelled at by people who have signs that say, love Trump's hate. How are you going to love Trump's hate? By hating people. This is great, guys. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, guys. Beautiful day. I'm waving at people at this point. I'm just waving. This lady's just yelling at us. She's saying we're on the wrong side of history, but she has a heart on her shirt, but she's over there just shouting at us. We're not going to give it energy anymore, guys. We're not. We're dodging toxic vibes. We're dodging these toxic vibes, weird energy. Hey guys, how's it going? See, look at that. Smiling faces, love, positivity. Love it. You love to see it. Yes, it is. You love to see it, don't you? You love it. Zoe, what do you think about what's going on here with them? Sorry, Zoe, what do you think about some of the Black Lives Matter and some of the shouting and the obscenities of the people from the sides of the river here?
Thank you, Mike. Yes, actually, Barry and I were just talking about that. But I'm happy to see them out here, sharing what they believe to be true, and I want them to realize that they're able to do that because of people like President Trump. They're able to come out here freely without having to be shut down and arrested and whatever jobs taken away because of their opposite views. And I want them to realize, yes, our president is the one who is fighting for those very rights, for you to do the very thing that you're doing right now. However, we're going to continue here at the boat parade supporting our president. You can show the antagonism if you'd like to. You have that right. But we're going to continue showing our support for our president. But Barry, what were you, let's kind of explain to everybody what we were speaking on. We were just, reflecting over the changes that have been made recently, the Democratic Party, and how, of course, like we've been touching on this throughout the day, but how they are persistent in lying to us, the people, and trying to deceive us and make us believe that we are victims, okay? I'm not oppressed. I'm not a victim. I'm out here enjoying my day, okay? But we also were mentioning how, they think that just because we're a certain color that we have to believe a certain thing a certain way. We have to just take their word for it. No, I refuse, okay? I refuse. I have experienced the on the left, from the left, the Church of the Latter-day Liberals hating on me for my beliefs, calling me derogatory racist slurs because I don't agree with them. Yeah, and then you want to talk about our president being racist. Our president, no, he's not. I've never once heard him say anything that was racist. Going to the immigration issue, as far as him saying if you don't belong here, exactly that is true. That is factual. If you did not come into this country legally, then yes, you need to go back and do it the right way. So anyways, so Barry, just continue what you were saying just for the audience out there.
We were also talking about people discussing their politics, the Democrats with the Republicans, and not getting upset with each other, just a normal conversation, and find out certain points that brought up that made them Democrat and certain points that brought up that made us Republicans, and why we like what Trump is doing, because he's actually doing what most people don't realize that he's doing because they haven't been told, because the press and the media is saying everything downtrodden him instead of putting up his good points, and the fact that he is not racist. He is for the masses, and that's why so many people are churning over to him. But hopefully it's enough that will turn the tide and make us a nice, strong country again. He needs another 4 years.
And I want to point out that since he's been elected, that we have seen the black supporters increase, the percentage of black supporters increase. And I think that people are starting to wake up and realize that, yes, we've been lied to all this time. I just had a friend who just messaged me the other day saying that he realized, on the abortion issue, how for years, we've been believing that, oh yes, it is the best for our benefit to I guess go ahead and have these procedures, and this is family planning. No, it's not family planning. This is family destruction, okay? And which they've been trying to do, and you already see it. We see it in the black community where there is no father figure. There's hardly father figures in the homes that are there to give that home training to raise up a generation that are exceptional individuals. And now we're seeing the violence in the Democratic cities, blue states or whatever, how these people are taking over. These people were once children without home training. No matter what color you are, if you don't have that home training, okay, I don't care, whatever. but you're seeing it firsthand how if you're not instilling it to your kids and to really, I mean, if you're not vigilant, okay, you are going to become a tool for someone who will, who will make choices and decisions for you.
I think that's why the welfare system downtrodden the blacks. I hate to say that. And it got to where a lady could have as many kids as they wanted, and the more kids she had, the more money she got. And there was no fathers involved. So that was a drain on our welfare system, and it was a drain on family life. And now I see on the news, and I see in my communities and everything, where the fathers are there. And they are so nice to be around. There's nothing different from them than anybody else. As long as, it's the family values that you have to get back instilled, and where you want to pick up and do best for your kids and give them everything that you maybe didn't have. And everybody really should want their kids to succeed better than they were and not have it as hard. But luckily I was brought up in a very strong family, and I do feel sorry for the people that weren't. And you do really need to make things stronger, and I see them getting better. I do see them getting better, and I'm very happy to see it. Everybody's getting smarter, a lot smarter than I am, and I'm going, oh, well, she's a lot more intelligent than me, or he is, and I'm going, I'm happy. The company's looking good. The country's looking good.
Well, Barry, thank you so much for your time with us and for allowing us to be here today with you. We're just going to get back here. I'm here with Mike again. Thank you all so much for tuning in, for watching and staying with us during this day. Again, this is our first time doing something like this. Hopefully, prayerfully, we'll do more things like this in the future, closer to the election. But with the rallies and everything coming up, you all continue sending those donations to support us. You can do that by going to our website, rsbnetwork.com, and hit donate. And on there, you can donate through PayPal. You can also donate through Patreon, RSBN/RSBN, and also through our address. You have 1550 Opelika Drive. That is Suite 6344, Auburn, Alabama. Again, you all can, if you want, miss those links. Our moderators and the live chat will be there to post those for you all. But thank you so much for your support. Mike, is there anything that you would like to add before we go?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody that tuned in today. I believe my buddy Kyle from Colorado has just tuned in, as we got Donald right here on the jet ski. We got to get Donald before we go. We got to get the Don over here. See, the Don's actually out here with us.
Donald, you're supposed to be resting.
Kyle, I hope you're loving this. My buddy Kyle from Colorado, I hope you're watching this, buddy. Look at this. Don's actually recording us. 4 more years, Don. 4 more. 4 more. 4 more years, Donald. Yeah, guys, this is amazing, guys. We're gonna be wrapping up here, because it looks like we're heading out of DC. It doesn't look like it. It is actually happening. We're heading out of DC. We're going back to the marina. But I want to thank every last one of you for tuning in to Right Side Broadcasting. Again, your donations go a long way to us being able to come out to these events. We're going to get this president reelected. I mean, because the other side is insane and everybody can see it, and there's no reason to pretend like that's not the case. So we're just here to deliver the truth with Right Side Broadcasting, on the right side of history, doing the right thing, telling you guys the truth. And the truth is, Donald Trump has so much support, President Donald Trump does, that people have rallies on boats in the middle of the country, just randomly. And that's amazing, and we're here to cover that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel, just type in Mike Nificent or Mike Nificent 813 on all of their social media. This has been Right Side Broadcasting. God bless every last one of you for watching. We're going to be wrapping soon. I believe Joe gives some final words before we wrap up, but we're cutting here from the boat. God bless you guys, and we'll see you in the next live stream.